curves and no rounds. I'll bring it to your city or your hometown. I'll go back in time when the feeling was fine. When funkin' was legal and it wasn't a crime. Party people lined up and down the way. A bigger celebration than your birthday. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the fool cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the fool cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. And I have seen the world pristine, funk you up in the bushes, funk you down in the trees. Now look around, all the frowns, the yellow, the white, the red and the brown. And keep in mind, it never costs a dime, cause funkin' is free, I remember the time. Now look today, the streets are gray, time to take it back to yesterday. Funkin' in the neighborhood, I felt the fool cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the fool cause the funkin' was good. It was good in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood.
And we're live.
And we're back.
Welcome to the Underdog Journey. I'm Wes. This guy is David, and it is Independence Day Eve. Is that a thing?
Yeah, close enough. And we'll pretend that we planned to go live today the entire week.
We
right?
planned it. We planned it. We had it planned.
We planned it. We had a plan. I didn't text you at random this afternoon and say, "Hey, are we going to go live tonight or tomorrow?"
Yeah, we didn't at all completely forget about Independence Day until this afternoon.
Yeah. Yes. And Wes is like, funny that you asked that because I was in the midst of texting you to see what we were going to do.
Right, exactly. So look, it works
yeah.
out. It works out.
It does. It works. We're all good.
So, hey, how you been, Dave? Oh, you got the fireworks behind you and everything.
I don't know. I don't even know what I just did that gave me fireworks. Yeah.
New.
Hey, it's the 4th of July or it's Independence Day. We got fireworks.
Exactly. Skype knows. Your Skype knows. My Skype doesn't care. So
yeah, I have no idea
nothing.
what I did to get that. Yeah. so Wes, let's get the important stuff out of the way first. What are you drinking over tonight, bud?
All right. Well, considering our founding fathers were pretty prodigious, not prodigious. That's something else. Prodigious,
Pretentious.
pretentious distillers.
Pretentious pricks.
I'm drinking some bourbon, and I'm out of the good bourbon. So right now I'm just having some Bullet. Bullet's fine. It's okay. Nothing special.
So what you're saying is Matt Harmon's been over a couple nights and he drank you out of good bourbon?
Yeah, he drank all my good bourbon. He doesn't drink
All the
whenever I
good
have Blanton's. He doesn't drink that, but he drinks all the rest of my.
That's a good
my
thing.
bourbon. Yeah,
That's
no,
a
that
good
man has nothing nice to say about Blanton's, so I do not share that with him.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, that is like my go-to daily drink is Blanton's. I don't
Right, I don't
understand why he dislikes it so much.
Right. Well,
But
I
he
also
does
don't
like Weller,
understand.
so there's something.
Yeah.
There's something there. So, I got a text message today.
Uh-oh.
Do you remember Talia from Hofbrauer House?
Yeah.
Okay, so Talia texted me today. We got a new bottle at work. $1,500 an ounce. $1,500 an ounce.
Ooh.
They have the Weller Millennium.
Ooh.
At the
I've never even seen that one.
The rooftop bar at the Hilton in Columbus. So
Really?
yeah.
You gonna go and get a couple ounces?
No. I said, in fact, my quote on that was, yeah, I read about that one the other day. Going to have to trust someone else's opinion on that one.
Well, here's what you do. You get a job there, and you do the whole one for you, one for me rule as you're pouring, and just quit that night. Be like, I'm done. This is all I needed. I'm out.
Yeah, and I'm out. Indeed.
Is that one of the ones that they need special training to be able to pour? You mentioned that was a thing over there.
So, yeah, because, the last time I was in, I stayed at the Hilton. And, I'm a Marriott guy, so it was a big deal to me to stay at Marriott. And I won't do it again because at Marriott, I'm like top tier.
And at Hilton, they just don't care who you are.
I walk in and they're like, Mr. Leffingwell, here's your welcome gift. And you want extra points? Let's have some more points. You know what? Hold on one second. Let me see if we've got an upgrade available to a nice presidential suite for you. And I walk into Hilton and they're like,
who the hell are you?
Peasant. Right. Blue level peasant.
Exactly.
I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna stick with Marriott.
Blue
But anyway,
level.
I did stay at the Hilton the last time I was in Columbus, and they had so we went there, and she was telling me that they have certain bottles that you have to have extra training for. Like the new people, like her, she couldn't just pour any of the bottles off the shelf.
Right. They don't want you overpouring the good stuff.
Yeah, don't overpour and don't drop. Don't drop a big bottle. Don't go, what's the bar movie? I want to say Risky Business, but I don't think that's it.
Cocktail.
Cocktail, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cocktail. Don't
They
go
don't
trying
want
that
you
stuff
flipping
with
bottles of the $1,500 an ounce.
Yeah, the Weller Millennium. So I know there was that one, and there was another bottle that when she first said, hey, we got a $1,500 an ounce, I knew the Weller Millennium, which was not the first one that popped in my head. It's that new Eagle Rare, which I don't even know what they're calling it, but I know there's a newer Eagle Rare out there that's just I'll never have it. Let's just say it that way.
It's a little above your pay grade, huh?
A little above my pay grade. But tonight, we're having a little bit of a flip because West is over there drinking bourbon.
Yeah, what are you drinking?
And I got beer. Beer.
We went the other way.
So as you guys know, yeah. So since I moved to New York, beer over here it's lagging behind Columbus, and it seems weird.
What's New York? I mean, come on, it's
New York.
Be serious.
But I found this place called Heritage Hill, and I found it because it's right next door to my cigar lounge. Actually, it's in the same building on the other side of a wall. So I went in the other day, and they got a couple lagers. Now, you can tell that they're used to naming IPAs. Yeah, they're used to naming IPAs because we have Heritage Hill Pompeii-born lager, which I don't know what that is, but it's the PBL.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a red, white, and blue right there.
Well, nothing says red, white, and blue like Pompeii.
Yeah, I know. Red, white, and ashy, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's maybe it's clean and crisp, filtered through
volcanic
ash. Yeah. So the other one, this is the one that got me because I made the poor lady over there repeat herself because I don't hear very well.
Right.
It was noisy. They had music playing. It's like, and it wasn't like good music. It was like that pop country music stuff that's out now. It's not good.
No, no.
So I
Yeah.
thought she was messing with me, but it's
When
the
she
actual
told you the
name
name of
the beer.
the beer, you thought she
Yeah,
was messing with you.
yeah. I was like, so the first 2 times I have a clue what she said. The third time I was like, I think I know what you said, but it still doesn't make sense to
It's
me.
not processing.
And then she told me again, and then she just pointed up at one of the TVs that had the menu on it. And she's like, that one. And so I'm like, oh, okay, all right. So the third time was the charm. I did hear what you say, but it's called Roots and Trees and Friends and Things. Roots and Trees and Friends and Things.
That's the name of their lager.
So that's the name of the lager. Both of these are a lager. This one says it's an experimental lager, so I'm going to go with it first.
I would think Pompeii would be experimental, but Roots and Trees and Friends and Things. So I can't even imagine what the names of their IPAs are. I mean, it's probably like a Poe poem or something.
Yes. Oh, I don't know if you get them over there, but I know there's one coming over here. It is a pop-up Edgar Allan Poe speakeasy.
Really interesting.
Pop-up.
Interesting.
Edgar Allan Poe speakeasy. And
so,
yes. So it's a lot of the readings from Edgar Allan Poe. And for each of the stories that go with it, there is a cocktail that goes with that story. Or that poem. And I have to travel, and I'll be gone for opening night, but I'm thinking about going when I get back. I think I'll actually be in Columbus, but when I get back, I think I might snag a ticket, and I think Nikki might even go with me to that.
So interesting fact about Edgar Allan Poe. So even though most of the time he was seen with a flask and or a short glass of deep, rich amber liquid on ice, usually, he actually hated drinking. He filled his flask and he drank iced tea out of his glass so it would look like he was having a whiskey because he thought people would take him more seriously as a creator. Yeah. So he actually hated drinking.
That's one of the tricks we do.
Yeah, right. I'm not actually drinking.
One of the tricks I do. I know, most of the time when I'm completely drunk on here, I'm just faking it. It's with iced tea.
I rarely drink. It's just I'm just stupid. So I sound normal when I think I'm drinking. All right. How is the Friends and Trees and Roots and Things?
Roots and Trees and Friends and Things.
Yeah, I had
Roots and Trees and Friends and Things. Trees and Roots. Trees roots.
Tree roots and friends.
I don't know. It does have a.
So it's experimental.
It is. Well, okay. Okay, we'll give it that. Experimental. It's definitely their experiment here. Okay, let's go again.
What's the flavor? What is the flavor profile? Now, should you be drinking that out of an icy mug? Maybe.
That actually might help this one.
Frosty mug.
That one. That one. This is.
Shelley Webb says lies. She does not believe the story about Edgar Allan Poe. Look, I have it on good authority.
I believe she's calling us bullshitters for saying that we don't drink.
Saying we don't drink. Oh, okay. That's probably.
If I had to put my bet on it, I think that's what she's getting at. This is a beer you could drink out of a frosty mug.
So you're not worried about the flavors. What you're trying to say?
I'm not. Yeah, there's not a lot to it in the flavor world. This is a very. I mean, it's a lager.
It's pretty basic
but
lager.
It does. Yeah, picture Bud Light with some dirt mixed in it.
Yeah. So they emphasize the roots and the tree roots.
Yeah, they say it's got a little more earthy undertones to it. It's not undertones. It's got more earthy overtones to it. So it's. I'm gonna take another one. Let me see.
She says, "Yep, that's."
I might need 4 or 5 of these before I figure it out.
Figured out. Hanging out in Canada lately. So what's experimental about it? It's just the fact they added dirt to the.
I guess I don't know, man. I think what happened was maybe somebody was weed eating outside that day, and just some shit blew in the window and got in, and they're like, you know what? Let's just go with it.
Right? They filter it through dirt. That's what it is. It's just dirt.
I can't. You know what? I'm going to save the other one. I'm not going to drink it. I'm going to save the other one because you have to try it. It is not a bad beer. Okay. It is absolutely not a bad beer. You can drink this. I don't know when you would drink this. Some of these things you drink and you're like, man, on a nice cold winter's day, you're sitting there with this nice overly spiced winter lager.
That makes sense.
You just know where that drink goes.
Right.
Or you get a crisp Kolsch or something like that.
Like a Kolsch or nice Pils. Yeah.
Yeah, a good Pilsner. What's the one that the Radler? You get
love a Radler.
A good Radler. That's has a little bit of seltzer kind of not. I can't believe I said seltzer. But it's got that more of a zing to it, and you're like, man, on a summer day out by the pool, out on the pool
Right.
deck, man, that right there,
It does, man.
that's the beer. I don't know when to drink this beer. I don't
Well-
know when to drink this beer.
So in the same family, they have an IPA. They called it "God Made Dirt, so Dirt Don't Hurt." Going along with the crazy names for beers, but you have to say the other one for me. I'll
Who made
Try it
who
out.
made that?
try to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know, but it does from a bubble
Oh,
up
and your
standpoint.
Underdog
and this-
glass even.
I'm drinking out of my underdog glass here, but you can see. I don't know if you can see or not, but we've got a lot of effervescent rush going on here. So, I mean, they did a good job on it.
There you go. Well, if it has the effervescent rush, you don't want rush that's not effervescent. That would just be.
Yeah, you don't want.
You're not even speaking out of
Yeah.
your golden EIB microphone today, so your rush has to
So-
effervesce.
Okay, so speaking of that, so I had more meetings today than I wanted. Okay, because this is the day before 4th of July. Ain't nobody working. The problem is everybody's working half days. Everybody's getting up to noon. The problem is also I cover everything all the way out to Hawaii time zone.
Right. Yeah, you cover like the
and-
hemisphere.
Yeah, and I've got all the people in California that were trying to get their meetings in today. So
Mhm.
I was meeting up to 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
I had meetings all the way up to 3, and the last one ran over to just about 4 o'clock.
Okay.
And so I was hoping to goof off, but the earlier meetings, I was like, all right, I'm kind of the keystone or the keynote speaker in those situations.
Mhm.
So I took them inside. Excuse me. It does have a lot of carbonation to it. I will tell you that. My bourbon does not, so I'm not used to that anymore. So anyway, I took those earlier meetings inside in the nice air conditioned area, but later in the day, I come outside. I'm like, you know what? I'm just on here to bridge technical conversation. That's it.
Right.
I'm in the background on this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna have a cigar. I'm
Absolutely.
gonna take this meeting here. So I plugged my computer in
Sure.
to this exact setup.
Yeah.
And this exact setup. So I have my microphone here. I've got the camera and everything up there.
And you're smoking a cigar.
And so I'm just sitting here. And so I did pick up a cigar today. Let's see here. I have a M81 blackened, which I'm a
Of
big fan
course. Always good.
and I've got, this is the S84. Oh, you can't see them anymore. The box is up there, the shade to black. But we're going to go on the high end today, and we're going to do the Padron Presidente Maduro.
Ooh, I love a Patron. The Padron anniversaries are one of my all-time favorites. Love those.
Yeah. So last week, Keith and I did the 50th on the show, but this week we are going to do the anniversary series 1964. The 1964 anniversary series Presidente.
Those are nice. And that gold
I mean, it
little
comes-
box. Yeah.
It's in a little box. So that's
They've
like,
gotten expensive,
fancy.
though. I mean, they've doubled in price over the last few years.
Yes. So anyway, I'm out here. I'm like, I'm gonna have my cigar. I'm gonna have a cigar. I'm gonna
Sure.
smoke a cigar. Take this meeting. I have got nothing to do. I don't have to be on camera. I'm good.
Nice.
So I'm sitting out here. I'm like, yeah. And everybody starts turning their camera on.
Uh-oh.
I'm like, okay. So I set my cigar down and got it all good and cut with my V cut there. There we go.
Of course.
And like you do. And so I'm sitting here, and the guy on the thing, he comes up and he's like, dude, are you doing a radio show? What are you talking about?
You got your cool setup there.
I didn't think about it, but my cigar was sitting here in the ashtray, which you can't see.
Oh,
on
they
the
could
screen
see it.
now,
You
but
can't see it on mine, yeah.
They could see the cigar, the smoke's rolling up, and I got my microphone setting right over here, and I'm just kind of just having conversation with these guys a little bit about Modbus registers and whatnot.
Right.
And they're like, do you host a radio show? What are you doing over there?
You got your big headphones on.
Yeah, I had. Did I have my headphones on? I might have had the headphones on, but yeah,
pretty
we're
funny.
just sitting here going, and I'm like, all right, fine, if they can see it already. So I just went ahead and smoked my cigar.
Right. Yeah. What's the matter at that point? They've already seen it.
Yeah, nobody complained. So
That's
it's fine.
funny.
Well, I'll check with HR next week.
You're right. Exactly. Have a nice
Yes.
conversation. HR wants to meet. They just want to
yeah.
hang out. They don't, you're not in trouble.
Yeah. You know what I'll do? I'll take that meeting, sitting out here smoking a cigar.
That would be awesome. That would be, that
Yeah.
would be, I don't use the phrase very often, but that would be baller. Is that how the
Yeah,
kids
that's
use
how
use the term?
I think that's how the cool kids say things now.
That is.
That would be absolute. Oh no, there's a new thing about caps or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
bottle caps.
So something about caps. I think that means fake.
Oh, fake.
I think when something
I have
is
no clue.
fake or it's been faked or it's artificial, it's cap. I've heard my 9-year-old son use that. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, it's cap. And he can't even explain what it means because they don't have that. It's just a word they use. They don't really think about the translation. It's cap.
We say 9 years old now?
9. Well, I heard my 7-year-old daughter say something about she uses bro now.
Bro.
Bro.
Yeah,
like, she uses the word totally and bro.
Penny went through the bro stage.
Yeah. But she's 7. My 7-year-old daughter isn't supposed to say bro. There's something not right about that. I don't know. I'm an old man. What can I say?
Ooh, that is nice. Oh, that is nice.
Padrones are great. I love a Padrone.
I do love Padrones. So I've got one of the cigars that you got me before I moved. I've got I think was it the Ashton? Was it the Ashton? I think
at one of your going away parties, we had several. One of them, you got a bunch of Ashtons. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I had a Ashton in here from you, and I have a Romeo and Julieta in here from you.
You know, you don't see that brand very often in a lot of local cigar shops. At least not here in Columbus.
You can get them up here. And then I've got this is my goodie bag. This is my goodie bag.
Nice.
Except for some reason, I mean, literally the lowest thing in here is a Plasencia Reserve.
So you need your desktop humidor out there.
It's right here.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's right here. But I keep this in here because these are the Monte Cristo Cubans.
Yeah.
And that's the Siglio 3 Cohiba.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. So we're gonna close that desktop humidor.
This is the
well, you'll be up here in a few weeks.
Yeah, exactly. I'll smoke all your good cigars. You won't notice. I'll get you really drunk. I'll smoke all your good cigars.
Yeah, that's what it'll take. Hey, Dave, let's smoke those Cubans. All right.
I guess so.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
I only have one Cuban in my collection right now, and I've actually held on to it for a really long time. So there's a local group here who does the steaks and stogies occasionally, and back when I was still going to those attending those gatherings, there was a guy there selling Cubans, and I picked one up, and I still have it in my humidor. So I'm not sure what I'm saving it for, but it's there. It exists.
So I've got, like Keith. I mean, Keith has forgotten more today about cigars than I'm ever going to know. Mm-hmm. And God bless them all. They really put up with my ignorance very well. Because I walk in, I'm like, ooh, that looks good. I have no idea what it is. No clue at all. I'm like, the wrapper looks good. It looks like it was well made. Yeah, I'll have that today, and I'll get it. And they're like, "Oh, that was rated this." I'm like, "Dude, don't sell me on it. It's what I'm smoking. I don't know anything about it, but I'm gonna give it a try." Yeah. So it's like when I first started drinking beer with you, had no clue.
Right.
Not a nary of a clue. First started drinking bourbon, talking to you and John Callender because
John
I didn't know anything about bourbon.
John's forgotten more than I'll ever know about bourbon. I mean, without question.
Wealth of knowledge here with bourbon.
Yeah, but cigars. There's infinite amount to know. I actually used to manage a cigar shop back in the day, and the amount that I've completely forgotten is I could have written a book. So
I could write a book. I could write
a book if I could remember any of the stuff. I could write a book.
Here's a book of all the things I've forgotten. Now that actually might be pretty funny.
That's actually the name of the IPA.
You could do a series.
I'm gonna make an IPA. Name it that.
So think about it. You can make a book series, like the Math for Idiots or whatever they call it.
Ooh, the series. All the things I've forgotten.
Yeah, here's the series. All the things I've forgotten about network administration. It's just fucking blank book. All the things I've forgotten about small engines from Harleys from 1974 to 1978. Just a blank book. All the things I've forgotten about NASA engineering from 1964 to 1969. Just a blank book.
You know the funny thing is if
anybody gets that joke, high five.
The funny thing is if you actually made that book and gave it like a nice cover, but it's like blank pages inside, and sold it like as a notebook, somebody would buy it. I guarantee you somebody would buy that book.
Absolutely. I like the things I see on the Book of Faces there that talks about, they show the guy on the subway or somewhere that's kind of public, and they make covers. They make different covers for their books.
Yeah.
And it's like How to Get Away with Murder on a Subway or something like that.
That's
and
awesome.
Or something just obscene. And now I rarely hear the rabbit air, but it is not happy with me smoking this cigar right now, and went full. It's on full tilt right now.
Just out of nowhere, they'll like just go full blast, and you're like, whoa, what happened? They pick up the VOCs of some ghost farting walking through the room.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have no experience whatsoever in detection of VOC.
Yep, nope. You have no idea.
That stands for volatile organic compounds, just in case those of you at home don't want to play along.
Yeah, there may or may not be some projects I'm working on. David has nothing to do with them. Some project I'm working on that might or might not involve something along those lines.
It's like a Bud Light with meat.
Meat?
That's
like steak? Or like beefy robustness.
Yeah, maybe a beefy robustness is a better way. If you drink it, you're like, damn it, David, that tastes just like Bud Light with meat.
It tastes like meat. I'm not sure how to take that.
Meat. When you drink it, you're like, damn, that was a really good explanation of that beer.
Like, I mean, I've had like stouts that I would say have like a hint of like barbecue, like burnt ends or something, but I've never. I can't imagine that in a lager tasting meaty.
No, it's not the taste. It's the feel of it. How full it's not a full-bodied lager, but there's this other flavor. It's like you're drinking the lager, and then there's this whole other flavor in there, and that flavor is full. I have no idea what it is.
You're having a hard time identifying what flavor that is. What you're trying to say?
Yeah, I'm having a hard time. And whatever it is, it's there, and that's what's bringing the earthy tones to it. Whatever that is what's there.
Okay.
So, you know what? Maybe I should look at the can. Oh, there's absolutely nothing on the can.
There's
roots and trees and friends and things. That's it. Maybe
look it up
round
on
up their friends and put in here.
Untapped. Look it up on Untapped.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can find it on Untapped. Hang on.
So this is brewed and canned in Johnson City, New York at beertreebrew.com. Visit beertreebrew.com now to get your I'm Cool AF store me at 38 degrees. Okay, that's a little.
Okay, Roots and Trees and Friends and Things. I found it here.
Okay.
So I've never had it. There have only been 521 people who've registered it here.
So they're calling an IPA.
Yeah, this is an IPA. A double.
That says 8% as well, and this is a 4.5 or 5%.
So it's definitely not a lager. It says a double imperial IPA.
Yeah, that is not this beer. I can tell you that hops is not a present flavor. It is not a forward flavor in this beer.
So it says creamy citrus, crushable, sweet, and dank. I don't know what dank means. Doesn't sound good.
None of that. Yeah, I'm not sure. Dank. I don't know if I want to mention this on the internet. Dank is what I imagine my boxers are like after I mow the grass.
Right. Dank is not a good.
That's not something I want in my beer.
It reminds me of like sweaty taint. That's something you'd expect.
I thought I was getting risque with lawnmower on a Sunday afternoon in my boxers, not in my boxers. But you went with sweaty taint.
That's one of the flavor profiles on here. I didn't write that.
So you have the lead, sir. You have the lead.
It says Roots and Trees and Friends and Things is a monstrously juicy double New England style IPA brewed in collaboration with our friends from Common Roots Brewing Co. We used Strata and Mosaic. I think are those two different types of hops.
Okay, those are hops.
In the whirlpool. Then gave it a double dry hop. Yada yada yada. All right.
Okay, that's not this beer.
Maybe the meaty flavor you're trying to think of is dank.
No. That's not this beer. When you drink this beer, so maybe that's why we immediately thought that it sounded like an IPA, because it seems as if they've recycled a name.
Oh,
because
different Roots and Trees and Friends and Things.
Yeah, when you drink this, immediately you're going to go, there's no hop forward flavor whatsoever, so it's definitely not dank. So I think that might be a marijuana thing. I'm not a marijuana
sounds too much like stank. I don't know. It doesn't sound good though.
what's her name? Is what's her name watching tonight? I mean,
Shelley Webb?
Not Shelley, what is your take on dank? Is dank a marijuana slang? No, the marijuana girl.
It says, RJ here says, this is so bad in so many ways, according to me. It has every off flavor known to my taste buds, but thanks for the sip. So, not great thing to be said.
So, as far as I don't know what that other part there is. As far as lagers go, it performs very well.
Are you sure
as
it's a lager?
It's a lager.
Is your the same as
5%
this?
experimental lager.
Look at the screen. Is your the same as this? Oh, you can't even see my screen. That's weird.
Mine's brown.
All right, yours is brown. My
Yeah,
phone screen keeps going up. Let's see
It
if I
just
can
be on. Yeah, that's right. That's right. But yeah, I mean, the name. Just recycle the name. I think the Roots and Trees and Friends and things went so poorly on the IPA side. They're like, let's rebrand it and make it a lager. Call it experimental. But there is no dankness.
No, you don't got the dank.
I ain't got the dank.
You ain't got the dank, but you got the stank.
I might need to wash that down with liquor.
I'm disappointed in my phone. So you saw my phone a minute ago, right?
Yeah. It was on there from a moment
disappeared.
ago. We were
You went
looking
away.
at that.
Super
Yeah.
disappointed. I have some news items I wanted to share, and now you can't see the awesome visuals of the news items I was going to share. Hang on, I'm going to try and email these to myself because there's visuals to go along with these. Hang on, this is going to be awesome. So explain more about this beer.
So I'm going to talk about something else because today I was like, you know what? Let me see if I can find a news story. And I was like, I'm going to cheat. I've been disconnected. I've been traveling a lot, and I really don't know what the hell's going on in the world.
Yeah.
So I went to Google, as you do, and said non-political news.
Right.
So here I am. I'm googling up non-political top hit. I shit you not. Top hit CNN.
Oh,
I
yeah,
said
non-political.
Google, you did not understand the assignment whatsoever. And then I started scrolling down. I'm like, okay. And what it did was it kept going, non-biased news, non-biased news, non-biased news. Get your non-biased news. Get your non-biased news. And just in case you guys don't know, they're all biased. So I'm like, you still don't get it. So I was like, give me business news.
Right. You got to be very
Roll
specific.
CNN or MSNBC or no, it was one of the big names, but they had the word business after it. One of the big name companies, but just had the word business after it. And like, okay, yeah, that's good. That's what he wants. So yeah, AI's not helping right now.
Well, I think part of the problem is CNN doesn't believe they're biased or political. They think they're apolitical, completely non-biased. They honestly believe that. That's
nice.
So look,
That's
I'm not
you.
saying that's a problem because we don't talk politics on the show, but that's
I mean, we talked about this briefly before the show. We're like, you go to one channel. I'm not going to call anybody out. You go to one channel, and they're drinking the Kool-Aid from one side, and they're going rah rah ree 4 more,
right,
Vietnamics
yeah,
whatever. And then you're like, all right, screw this. I'm going to change channel, and then it's like MAGA all the way. Like, come on, guys. You can't. Don't even try to pretend you're not biased. Come on, it's ridiculous.
Right.
But I wasn't looking for unbiased news. I was looking for not political news. Give me anything on the planet that is not political. And
Right.
Google couldn't do it.
They can't
Google
do it.
could not do it.
They can't do it.
Like, you want to talk about former President Crumb? Yes, I just made up the name.
Former President
Former
Crumb.
President Crumb? Former President Crumb? No, that's not what I'm looking for. I want just some news that has something to do with business, maybe, or just if there was a snow leopard born in the zoo in Seattle. Give me that.
Anything
something
non-political.
Give me something non-political. Like, for the love of all things holy. And it couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So did you see,
hang on,
this
hang
is a
on.
non-political thing.
Our audio is
Something's happening.
getting. Hang on. Computer's getting janky. Holy moly! Hang on. No.
I'm
Stop.
gonna sit here and be quiet. Smoke
No,
my
not
cigar.
you. My computer is getting super janky. That's not where we make the magic. Stop.
Oh,
Okay.
nice. What are you watching on? Did stepsister get stuck in the dryer again?
No, holy mo! I'm trying to bring these articles up, but there's the auto videos that play on news articles,
Mm.
but you can't see them right away
Yeah.
because they're just off screen.
Yeah.
Whoever invented those, I'm gonna find them and I'm gonna murder them. Yeah, that's right. That's a death threat live on the internet. That's what that is. Whoever invented those, look out! Your life is in danger.
In danger. Lots of danger. Lots of danger. Yeah. So you guys may not know this, but West has a birthday coming up.
At the end of this month, I do. In fact,
Yeah, has a birthday coming up this month. I texted. He told me the other day, but I completely forgot what it was.
Good
so I
change of
texted his
subject,
wife,
by the
said,
way.
Hey, when is? Yeah, let's stop talking about murder and let's talk about Irish birthday presents. I'm gonna get him a car bomb making kit.
Look,
That's Guinness and what's the liquor that you guys put in that?
the Irish car bomb.
Guinness.
That is no,
Yeah.
the Irish car bomb is at. Oh, I was thinking of Jaeger bomb.
Guinness.
Yeah, the Irish car bomb is Jaeger and
Jameson.
Jameson and
Jameson.
Guinness.
And Guinness. Yeah. Yeah. Last time I did those, I was in Boston at the Black Rose in Boston. Now, if you've never been up there,
You did an Irish
trying to
car bomb
change
in
something.
Boston.
Oh yeah,
That's like going
I
to
did
Dublin and saying,
multiple-
"Give me an Irish car bomb."
Yeah. Well, I mean, they were happy about it. I
believe
think we as a table probably drank somewhere to the tune of 30 of them things that night.
Dude,
It was interesting. We have fireworks starting to go off out here.
Oh man. So anyway,
All right, you got your
yes,
stuff up and running? I filled as much time as I could there.
What's that?
I said I filled as much time as I could there.
You did. Good idea. So, are you ready for some news? I actually have the news. You couldn't see my phone, but we're gonna put this on the
All right,
the big
great.
screen.
All right, put us
So-
on the big screen, producer.
All right. I got a couple news items here. Let me get these up on the screen here for us. If it'll go, there it goes. Oh nope, it didn't go. There it goes. Okay.
Are you going to talk about this? Are you going to talk about the stranded astronauts?
No, I'm going to talk about the $10 quadrillion asteroid that NASA's going after. So
okay.
the headline is asteroid worth $10 quadrillion that NASA is capturing was discovered 172 years ago. They claim they're going after it strictly for scientific purposes to discover how the...
How does it have a dollar figure assigned to it?
Yeah, you're not supposed to talk about think that far ahead. So apparently,
Oh, okay.
they're going after it for strictly scientific purposes, because it's going to give us some clues about how the early planets were made. However, the bulk of the asteroid is believed to be mostly gold, silver, and nickel, which is
Okay.
so it just happens to be worth
So-
$10 quadrillion. And but that has nothing to do with it. It's just scientific, really.
Yeah.
They should have an orbiter around the asteroid by 2029. And I have to imagine there are probably some pretty excited nerds who want to be very, very wealthy coming up very soon.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have a problem plotting a course back to the moon.
But we're gonna put
But-
an orbiter around a $10 quadrillion because there's no look. If the moon were worth $10 quadrillion, we would be living there right now.
Yeah. Well, there goes some more fireworks. I don't know if you guys can hear that.
We cannot hear it. They would have Sam Rockwell living there on a space station, cloning himself every couple of years to harvest all of the materials. If you didn't get the reference, I apologize. It was actually a pretty decent movie called The Moon. But that's one of the news
I was
items.
thinking. Oh crap!
You're thinking, oh crap. So was I when I saw
I was
$10
thinking.
quadrillion.
Yeah. I just no the. I struggled earlier coming up with a word as well. No, dude, all you got to do is send Bruce Willis up there. Just send Bruce Willis, get his team together, send Bruce Willis, and they'll bring back all the oil. I mean, the gold.
Yeah, if you've ever wondered how the Earth is going to end, it's by scientists trying to land a $10 quadrillion asteroid on Earth, and it just crashes and kills us all. That's how the dinosaurs died. They were trying to harvest the $10 quadrillion dollar asteroid. It didn't work.
Yeah. The last time this thing came by.
Yeah, it didn't work out so well. All right.
Yeah.
So that's one news item. The next news item, David, you might like. I know you're a fan of Star Trek.
I'm on episode 2.
Right.
Season 1, episode 2. I just restarted Next Generation.
So one thing that always kind of bugged me about the holodeck, I love the idea of the holodeck, right? So for those watching and listening who don't quite know, the holodeck is this.
The porn possibilities on the holodeck are just unending.
You know that happened. I would not want to be the crewman that had to mop that floor.
I was just like, who gets to go in there and mop that mess up? All right, we're moving over to our PBL, Pompeii-born lager, light crisp American lager.
Let me know if it tastes
And this actually
like.
has some more stuff on the back of it.
Yeah.
Just 5.7, 12 IBUs, 1 pint, whatever the hell that is. One of our first and most favorite beers, a pre-prohibition style American lager.
I like that.
All right.
I like the
So
wording. Aside from 1 pint, I like the wording.
Yeah. So right down the road here is a place called the Hop Spot, and they have the first beer that was brewed commercially after Prohibition on tap.
Nice.
And I can't get away from it. It's freaking delicious, and it's got a little bit of history to go along with it. So when you come up here, maybe we'll sneak off and see it.
We will.
But okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. So Star Trek. The holodeck. One thing that always kind of bugged me is you can have multiple people in the holodeck, okay, all walking in different directions, right? Now we do know that it can use photons and force fields. Great book, by the way, to make people believe they're looking at different things in different places, right? So you could technically be like a meter away from somebody, since we're talking European measurements, a meter away from somebody, and you think you're a mile away. But how are all these different people walking in different directions and not realizing it? Guess what? Disney just figured it out. So last week we talked about Disney developing a wheeled robot that can actually roll up completely 90-degree walls, and the government is taking that technology for their own purposes. How is the beer?
That is a damn good beer.
Good to know. I like the can. It's very 4th of July.
Damn good. That is a damn good beer.
Yeah. What's it like? So it's a lager. What's the flavor profile?
It says the first word on it's light, and while it presents visually as a light beer, it doesn't have that water, that little watery flavor that you get with a lot of light beers. It doesn't have that. It's not missing.
Okay.
That. So if you've ever had Sam Adams Light Lager, it's another one that doesn't really miss that as well. And I'll put that up there, maybe a slight tab above Sam Adams Light Lager. This is a damn good beer.
Nice. Okay.
Well, it's easy to identify when to drink this. Anytime you want a beer, you can drink that beer. Anytime you want a beer, that beer can be drank. That is a year-round, drink it anytime beer. It is freaking delicious.
Really? Okay. Good to know. Yeah.
Excellent beer. Good job, Heritage Hill. That one you hit out of the park. Okay. So
all right, hang on.
We're back to the holodeck. We're cleaning up spunk.
Yeah. So we're not cleaning it. That sounds terrible. I want nothing to do with that. But so, like I was talking about, the holodeck. You always wonder how people can walk in different directions. Unfortunately, my link was just lost. Holy moly!
Just lost. Okay, so we did talk last week about Disney. See if you can hunt down that link while I'm talking. While we were talking last week about Disney, where there was a company that made a robot that could go up walls and kind of just be autonomous and travel in, multiple directions, not just horizontally, but vertically as well. And then the U.S. military bought that. So I'm guessing we have something that you're hunting for the leak on right now that plays off of that type of technology that could be utilized to explain the passing or the distance walking on the holodeck.
Yes and no. So it has nothing to do with that, but the fact that Disney is creating all kinds of crazy new technologies is pretty amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and play this video now for us.
So you're saying that Disney's going to make a holodeck? I'm on board.
Disney is one step closer to creating the holodeck. Like I was mentioning,
right.
So in the holodeck, people can walk in different directions, and I always wondered how that was possible. If they can use force fields and holograms to make people believe they're in different places, how are they still walking in different directions? Disney figured that part out. So let's check this out.
All right.
Here we go.
Disney research.
the holotile floor, and it's a very special piece of technology, and I'm going to do a little demonstration of it.
Check this out.
So, I can walk on this omnidirectional floor.
Omnidirectional
in
floor.
any direction I want.
Okay,
It
yeah,
will
I've seen these things
automatically do whatever it needs
VR
to
sims.
have me stay on the floor.
Amazing.
And what's amazing about this is multiple people can be on it and all walking independently. They can walk in virtual reality and so many other things. Theatrical stages that might have these embedded in them so that dancers can do amazing moves. Not me, but really good dancers. So there's
Not
just so
him.
many applications for this type of
Yes,
technology.
and it's a smart floor.
and
It doesn't
we don't
require
know
you to
yet
need to be
where
walking. It can
where
move
leads.
props around. It can different people can walk in different directions. It's nuts, dude. So okay. For those, so first of all, the first season of The Mandalorian was amazing. I highly recommend it, but only the first season though. But beyond that, there's actually a behind the scenes thing where they're shooting The Mandalorian, and Disney also developed this sort of studio with this 360 degree screen that goes all the way around them. And when you're in this area, it looks like you're completely surrounded by desert or whatever set you want to be on. And actually, a lot of movie studios are renting out Disney's this studio that Disney built. And imagine this floor combined with that sort of technology to be completely immersed in this world, and you can walk in any direction, do anything you want.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah,
It is.
we're photons and protons away from the holodeck at that point.
It's amazing. So look, we're getting closer, and imagine this plus the 360 degree screen plus AI technology, just inventing landscapes and worlds around you and scenarios around you in real time as you react. It can react to you as you speak. It can speak to you just like the holodeck, dude. It's getting closer, man. It's getting closer.
Yeah, that's nice. It's nice. So this makes me want to visit Las Vegas even more right now because I have still not been to the Sphere, and I was promised a private tour behind the scenes. We couldn't get the timing to work out, but I've got to go out there sometime in the generally near future, probably next month and a half, 2 months, and I'm going to try to get that private tour of the Sphere out there.
Dude,
to look at some of the technology. I mean, I look at it from
that.
I look at it from the life safety aspect.
Yeah.
They look at it from holy crap, look at all these cameras, this video and everything. But I've got to get out there and check it out because I mean, take something along those lines, which is what I mean. It's not even 8K. I think it's something even more than that. It's insanity.
Right.
What's on the outside of the Sphere? What's on the outside of the Sphere is better than the TV I have in my living room.
Oh, it's nuts. It's nuts.
But what's on the inside is absolutely insane. So I mean, this would be really cool. I mean, Disney has an opportunity here to utilize that. I mean, from their aspect of it, not just for movies and sets, but for ride adventures and things like that. So you could put multiple rides, and instead of the ride itself or the carriage or cart that you're in being the motorized aspect of it, which when you do that, now you got to deal with, propulsion of that vehicle. Now you're removing that equation out. So you don't have to have they got to put a piece of wood down instead of chair on it.
Yeah, exactly.
So you don't have to worry about spacing. You don't have to worry about spacing for a propulsion system inside of the cart or the ride assembly itself. I mean, it's the floor is the ride assembly.
Right.
So it'd be interesting. I'd like to see where they can go with this.
Now imagine that floor also having vertical control as well. So imagine the floor can actually rise up into a seat that you sit on, and it can move around independently. At the same time, the chair can go away, and you can be on foot running through a forest or a cave or. It's amazing the stuff they're coming up with. Look, I honestly believe that Disney's future might not be in entertainment. The stuff they've been coming out with lately is garbage, but some of their technology is next level, man.
They'll get it fixed. I dropped this reference of what was the CEO back in the 90s? What was his name?
Michael
Eisner.
Eisner, yeah.
So Michael Eisner was one of the people that identified that Disney was being ran by basically finance. Yeah. The finance department had control of it.
Not anymore. They ain't run by finance anymore. Have you seen their?
Yeah, no, they're not. They're not.
They haven't been in
they
the
went
green
a
in
little
years.
too far away from some controls there. But finance had such a tight tight string on approval process that they could kill anything, and they killed a lot of things, which is really what put Disney behind through the bulk of the 80s, the late 70s and the bulk of the 80s until Eisner got that broken away and back. So I keep dropping hints to the company that I work for now, which remains undisclosed. It's not that hard to figure out.
No comment. No comment.
Yeah, no comment. But I keep dropping hints and emails and things like that. With Michael Eisner quotes and things like that about I think they called it like Central or something like that. Taking control, and nobody gets the references. Nobody. Yeah. Which is, to be fair, I'm a weird person, so
I mean,
it's okay.
A lot of people don't get a lot of references, so that's the world.
So last year they're like, we're not going to travel. We can't. At the end of the year, everybody does this every year. They're like, we're not going to travel. We got to save money. We got blah, 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 blah. And I changed my, my signature block, and I added the quote from Henry Ford. The guy who stops advertising or stops marketing to save money is the same as the guy who stops the hands on the clock to save time.
I love that quote, man. Love that quote.
One person in the entire group that I deal with, which is the hundreds and hundreds of people.
Yeah.
One person was like, "That's a slap in the face to leadership," and I was like, "Yes, it is. Absolutely, yes, it is. That is exactly what I'm doing." It's like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The one thing we need to be doing is the one thing you're saying don't do right now, and you want things to get better. It's the beatings will continue until morale improves.
Right. That's hilarious.
So yeah, I do. I agree with you. Back to our story there, or back to your story. I think Disney has a lot of opportunities that are outside of the entertainment world.
And look, and we all know that they are going there. I honestly believe that the mass amount of their profits will come from
licensing
technologies, not licensing. I would say licensing technologies and IP, but not from actual entertainment, because they haven't been in the black in entertainment in years.
Oh yeah, they're rough.
Years.
Yeah,
I would say a decade.
So he's back as CEO now. Bob Iger. Bob Iger's back right. Bob, I'm telling you right now, sell Disney Plus. Get rid of it. Sell it to Netflix.
Ain't gonna happen.
Go to Netflix. Sell it.
Ain't gonna happen.
Sell it. Because when you have a platform that's yourself, you have to fill it with content, which means you are approving content that doesn't necessarily need to exist, but you need it to fill a quota in your platform offerings.
No, David.
Get rid of it. Send it to. Yeah, I know it makes sense, and
here's what you don't understand, David. Well, here's what you don't understand. Here's what you don't understand. Disney. Look, I'm not getting political. I'm just gonna say this much: Disney, as an entertainment organization, is not interested in profits. There is a higher directive.
I get it.
That has been given to them.
They're under the BlackRock label. I understand that part of it. But you still need to make a profit. And if you make a profit and you do well, all that other crap kind of just fades off to the side. You can empower people. You can empower people without bankrupting your company, okay?
Well, no, here's my point. Here's my point, though. If they can make up for that loss on the entertainment side by licensing technologies and IP,
oh yeah,
they're still going to use their entertainment platform to push initiatives. That's all I'll say.
Ooh,
that's all I'm going to say.
That's a nice word. That's a nice word you used there, initiatives. Dude, I'm liking this. So
everybody has their North Star.
Oh, dude, you're killing me.
Everybody has their North Star. You got to drink.
I'll circle back to you on that one. I don't know if I have the bandwidth.
I'll ping you when I'll ping you when I have the bandwidth on that.
Yeah. Damn good beer, man. Damn good beer.
Nice. I'll have to try that. That sounds good.
Yeah. Pompeii-born lager. I don't know.
It's funny. It's a Pompeii-born lager, but it has the American flag on the can.
American flag on it. And talk about being American lager. America buried under ash.
All right. Speaking of guys
we're
smoking
gonna
cigar.
stack this. Yeah.
Hey, so David.
Here I'm coming to you live behind the golden EIB microphone. In my currently nicotine-stained fingertips.
Currently nicotine.
Actually.
Exactly. So David, do you remember Oh, that's not the right screen. Do you remember
Oh, I love that
a
shirt.
couple weeks ago? Actually, by the way, yeah. So I brought this up. I was going to bring this up later, but I'll bring it up now. Go to underdogplus.com. Check out the merch. Since tomorrow is Independence Day, there is a famous quote from Benjamin Franklin's dog, Benji Franklin. Dogs are proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy. This is an Underdog Plus original shirt. Go to underdogplus.com. Also, while you're there, pick up some Brew Bones. They're delicious. Your dog will thank you. And
Yep, I'm
one
getting
of a
low,
kind
so I'm gonna put
design.
another order in.
So
So
anyway,
I always buy mine in bulk.
You do,
just so
actually.
I can screw with your shipping.
you do actually. But
Well, normally what I do is I'll order in bulk and say, "Hey, don't ship it. I'll be over. Just give it to me."
that's true. I normally just hand them to you in person.
Yeah.
But do you remember the article we talked about last week as part of our conspiracy or not conspiracy show? The robot that was designed
do you have
to
an
run
update
on
on-
biomass. Do you remember this story we talked about?
Okay. Yes, I do remember this. I thought you were going to talk about the Turtle Planet.
No, not that. So DARPA paid for the development of a robot that's going to be on the battlefields that was designed to run on biomass. They promise it won't run on human flesh. However, it has been pointed out that when they checked the systems, there was avian DNA in there, so it ate at least one bird. But they promise it won't eat people. However,
Yeah.
so I'm just pointing out timelines here. We now have a robot that is in existence that
eats people.
biomass. I'm just gonna say biomass.
Eats people.
It eats biomass as a fuel source. David, I got one more news item that's gonna grow on this topic.
You know that movie that I was talking about? That's a trilogy that I want to put together.
Yeah.
The trilogy I talked to you about a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I think you could utilize this in that trilogy.
Well, David, it gets weirder. You want to see something weirder? Do you want to see something weirder? It gets weirder.
I'm afraid to say yes at this point, but yeah, go ahead.
We're living in the simulation is doing some weird stuff right now. A team of Chinese scientists have created a robot controlled by human brain cells. Robot controlled by human
Oh, we've seen this. Yeah.
brain on chip is world's first, says scientists. So apparently this is actually just a simulation. That clump of what looks like human flesh is not actually there. But they have developed a robot, not as part of this photo op, that is run by human brain cells. So researchers at Tianjin University in China have created a robot that is controlled by human brain cells in first of its kind breakthrough in biocomputation.
Further in that article, it says this is the greatest discovery since communism.
I'm just saying, David. So here's what they did. So a while ago, we talked about something called not organelles. What's the word? So basically, there's a type of computer where the processing and all of the computing is done on human brain cells.
Human brain cells, yeah.
Human brain cells. So they're taking that technology, putting it into actual robots where these computers run by human brain cells are controlling the robot. They've actually done this.
It's called RoboCop.
Now, let's combine these two technologies, okay? We have this biological computer controlling a robot body that could potentially consume biomass as a fuel source.
I'm just saying
just
movie
saying.
works. The movie writes itself, dude. The movie writes itself.
David.
We need to get on this.
Holy
need to get on this.
moly. So here's the weird thing. Okay. We have a robot body control with the brain is essentially human brain cells, okay? It eats biomass as a fuel source, as do we. At what point can we say it's no longer a computer and it is a biological organism? I'm just saying.
Okay, there's a quote.
Is that too far out there?
I don't know if you've ever seen The Pope's Exorcist,
No, I
but
haven't.
there's
Is that Russell Crowe? Is that the Russell Crowe film?
Yeah, it's got Russell Crowe. I love.
I'm
Russell
not a
Crowe,
Russell
yeah.
Crowe
Any
guy.
movie any movie Russell Crowe's in.
You know
I'm
why
gonna
I don't
give
like
it
Russell
at
Crowe?
least a watch.
He got
Why?
angry at a bellhop one time and threw a telephone at him in the hotel. He's a dick. Russell Crowe, I know you watch our show. You're a dick.
You have no idea what had happened. That bellhop could have happened. You have no clue what the circumstances.
I know.
You got to see the result. You have no idea what went into that.
I know you got to
clue.
separate the art from the artist, but look, you can tell a lot about a person by how they treat the help.
Yes.
David,
And
you treat the wait staff extraordinarily
The
well
hell.
everywhere you go.
I
That's
treat
how
the-
you
I
know
treat
you're
the
a good
help.
person. The second you
The
throw
staff.
a telephone at a bellhop, you're out. You're out.
There have been times with certain people that I have, if a telephone let's say an old cast iron telephone, if they'd made such a thing, was handy, I would have liked to have chucked at a few people in my life.
I'm sure I'm one of
yes,
them.
I mean,
Look, yeah, let's I get it.
let's give them a pass. But anyway, there's a quote out of there
Yeah.
that this guy asked him the question. He goes, he asked him a question. He goes, that is a question of theology. And Russell Crowe just looks at him, and he's a Pope's exorcist now, so they're in the Vatican. He looks at him and goes, no shit. So that is my response to you. It's like, when can we no longer count this as a machine and count it as a an organism? And I say that is a question of theology.
Look, so in your defense of quoting Pope's Exorcist, I literally heard somebody the day before yesterday say that was a great film, so I will give it a shot, despite Russell Crowe. But
it is not despite Russell Crowe is great. He did a really good job in that.
Look,
and I think they actually came up with another movie where he is an exorcist or part of it. It's
he
another
might have been in the
movie.
remake
He did a
of The
great job in
Exorcist, wasn't he?
I don't know. He was just. I thought it was a newer one. Let's see.
Either
Russell
way,
Crowe.
I don't want to be around the man when he has a rotary phone in his hand. That's all I got to say.
You know what? I think we're all safe from that now. I think we're all safe.
Yeah, he's old fashioned. He likes a rotary phone. He doesn't throw cell phones.
Yeah.
He gets like a.
I mean, I can. All I can say is I can picture instances where I would love to just chuck something at somebody,
like when I bring up
For
AI
F's
or organic computers.
No, that doesn't even get close to me wanting to chuck something. I mean, it has to be something that really, it has to be on and on and on and on. I mean, but I could have been having a bad day, and that could be the straw that broke the Russell Crowe's back. Who knows?
So, David,
it's a great movie.
I know it's a point. It's a matter of theology and philosophy. But what are your personal views on at what point can we call it a biological organism versus a robot?
So
it
the
has
human brain
a
controlling
biological
a mechanical exoskeleton that consumes biological mass.
So we are essentially a biological computer piloting a bone mech suit covered in meat armor. That's what we are. Look, I've mentioned that in the past.
I like it when you talk sexy Timmy West. I like it.
But look, here's the cool thing. Look, give it a matter of time. If there is a biological computer made of human brain cells, the only thing constraining our human brains right now, this is a real thing. The only thing constraining the size of our human brains right now is our skull. You take the skull away, the human brain can continue to expand until we look like those weird things on the first episode of Star Trek, on the pilot episode of Star Trek. And
I was thinking about the movie Home with the boobs, where they had the big brain boobs.
Yeah. Sheldon does the voice. I know that's why you like the show.
Yeah. Sheldon does the voice. It's a great movie anyway.
So
that's a great movie to watch too.
But look,
the big brain boobs.
Give it a matter of time. Put a really high quality AI in there, and I'm putting AI in quotes because it's not really intelligent. It's an algorithm. But put the high quality AI algorithm in there in a biological computer, and you give it the directive of its sole objective is to prolong its own life and reproduce itself. Guess what? It's going to figure out a way to reproduce its own brain cells into new organic computers that have the same directives. And over time, chances are a lot less time than we work on because they work a lot faster because they're computers. They're going to evolve in quotes because it's very, very fuzzy at this point, evolve into more advanced versions of themselves to the point that we might not even recognize them as computers or biological anymore. It's getting weird, man. This is real science and real technology happening in front of our eyes.
I can't.
The simulation
I get
is
to bring this
breaking
up.
down, and it's weird.
I love it. If you would like to go and read the book Origin,
Yeah.
by Dan Brown.
Oh, dude. Oh, first of all, Dan Brown's a terrible author.
He's not a terrible author.
He's awful.
Go read the book. Go read the book Origin by Dan Brown.
Dan Brown.
It is a fantasy. It is a nonfiction, or it is a fiction book. It is a fantasy book.
Dan Brown.
Not fantasy. It is a fiction book. Yeah, no, I know. He said. She said. Move on with life.
No. Dan Brown. He's an amazing storyteller. He's a terrible author. Mike Lazito says, more homework, I'm out. Mike, by the way. Hey, Mike, by the way, congratulations winning last week's trivia contest. Mike won the Conspiracy or Not last week. Mike, what if I had brought up last week, Mike, this robot run on human brain cells? What would you have thought? I want to know your thoughts, because you won the contest last week.
So I walk inside after the show last week, and Nikki, or maybe it was the next day. She's like, Mike has too much faith in humanity.
Mike, you have way too much faith in humanity.
For a guy who lives in New York, he really does.
You do.
And he's down on Long Island right now, so that should really. If we'd done that show after he got back from Long Island, I guarantee you he'd have done even better.
Mike, you live in New York. You should be like Escape from New York, Snake Plissken. You got to wear an eye patch. You got to have the mullet. You got to escape from New York, man. More made up junk. No, this is real, Mike. This is real. This is scientists in China developed this
that's what I said.
Robot running human brain cells.
It's communism right there. Yeah.
I'm just saying. Look.
I'm just saying, if we can import brain-operated freaking robots from China, why can't I get a cigar from Cuba? Come on, this is ridiculous now.
Right.
That's the bigger problem at hand.
Shoot. Okay. Are we allowed to talk about geopolitics? I don't know.
I don't know.
We don't do politics on the show.
About wanting more good Cuban cigars.
But if we talk about geopolitics, I can explain why you can't have Cuban cigars.
Well, yeah. It's easy enough to go through.
I won't go there. Yeah. Anyway. I was going to talk about JFK and all the tobacco he imported like 2 weeks before the embargo took place. But we won't go there.
Go and buy all kinds of Cuban cigars. I literally just read an article about that the other day. It's crazy you brought that up. I literally just read that the other day.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, I remember somebody telling me about it, but actually getting to read the information on it. Mike says, I hate science.
He says, I hate science. Mike, you're not wrong. Because we live... So speaking of China, this story came out of China. Funny thing, the Chinese... There's actually an ancient Chinese secret. Not so much. There's actually a Chinese curse / blessing. It's both, depending how you look at it. That whenever you meet someone you like or you don't like, you can say, may you live in interesting times. We live in some really freaking interesting times, and some people love it, some people hate it. We live in some interesting times, and it is messed up because we now have robots controlled by human brain cells.
I got another book for you. Actually, this is not even a book. This is a series of books by David and Leah Eddings. I think the original series was The Belgariad, and in there's a quote that says something I'd rather. It says. Sometimes eons pass and nothing happens. And then in the term of a few short years, the world just is set on fire. And one of the kids in the title, one of the title characters says, I think I'd prefer to live in the quiet years. And the response is,
most people would.
No. This is the time to be alive. I'm sorry. I want to be alive when shit happens.
Right.
I want to be part of it when stuff happens.
Modern humans have been around for at least 200,000 or 300,000 years. And for most of that time, not a lot happened.
Not a lot happened.
Imagine.
Think about the wheel being invented was like the absolute cultivation was a lady in Egypt who discovered that where she dumped her waste. When I say waste, I don't mean like fecal matter, but I mean like the waste from the table, that the wheat or something grew in that area and spread. That was a scientific leap for cultivation.
Right. Now, look at when
versus brain, human brain operated robot mechanical suits that eat humans.
Right. Look at the time when humans developed the first controlled flight compared to where we are now. Unbelievable. And honestly, So here's a weird thing, and I hate saying this now that I have kids because I kind of changed my mind on this. When I was younger, before I had kids, I always said I genuinely hope I live to see the end of the world, because it's like reading a book all the way through, and you never quite get to the end of the book. I want to see how it ends. Now that I have kids, I changed my mind. But honestly, I think we might be close.
It's the Doctor Who. It's a little. We end up in those little this little sphere things that come back from the end of time, and they loop back.
Oh, the troclophane. The troclophane.
The troclophane.
It's funny. I know that off the top of my head. Yeah. I should not know that thing. I can't remember my wife's phone number, but I remember the troclophane.
Oh, well, when's her birthday?
I do know that. I won't reveal it online, but I do know that.
Yeah. So
because she makes me pick up her prescriptions, but I don't know her phone number. But I do know the troclophane. I know the troclophane. The paradox machine was awesome. By the way, I don't watch Doctor Who anymore, so all the new stuff, don't ask me.
Yeah, I have no clue.
It makes me sad. It makes me sad. We don't do politics.
It ruins. We don't really don't do politics. But the bottom line is you ruined an excellent series.
Why don't we do politics, David? If we did politics, there would be endless things to talk about.
I would literally be sitting behind a gold mic right now if we did politics, dude. I would have had this thing stripped out, all the guts and electronics off of it. This thing would have been spray painted with gold, and I would have put a new housing on it.
Spray painted
to make it look
David,
like
we could have monetized 4 years ago.
We're getting close to 4 years. Later this month.
That's my point. We could have monetized 4 years ago. It could be an actual golden microphone if we talk politics. Yeah. But we don't talk politics.
There are people who have met, got married, and divorced since you and I started this show.
There are people who've had children, have whole families right now since we started the show. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, we actually started this show almost 4 years ago. Almost. Later this month, it'll be 4 years. Almost 4 years ago, during the height of COVID, because we wanted an excuse to get together and hang out and drink beer. Yeah. And this is what it turned into. Yeah, this is what it turned into. So we actually had a business thing planned for today for this show, but then, well, let me rephrase that. We had a business thing planned for tomorrow's show until I texted West at, I don't know, something in the late afternoon variety and said, hey, are we podcasting today or tomorrow? And they were like, crap, we're not prepared. We didn't do enough. We didn't do our homework properly. So we've got to work it out and figure it out. So we're going to change that off to next week. It's a good one. Next week's going to be great. I like the topic. It's going to be a good one. Look, if you're not into business, this might not be the kind of show, but they're still going to like it. But honestly, they're still going to like it because it's us. We always have fun. Yeah. Yeah. And look, we're going to talk about some good stuff that actually does have to do with business. And I'll tell you what, we will grab a couple of topics to discuss in that definitely make it entertaining. I'm going to send some stuff over to West that to make him talk about. It's going to be good. It's going to be a good one. I don't know where you're going with that, but means I'm we'll setting see. You up, buddy. You're absolutely setting me up. You're 100% setting me up. Put me in a bikini. But by the way, go to UnderdogPlus.com. Check out this Benji Franklin quote T-shirt. It is one of my favorite T-shirts. I haven't got this for myself. I'm going to buy this for myself soon. I think I'll need to order one. Has the Underdog logo on the back there. And by the way, everything you buy from UnderdogPlus.com, 20% of all the profits from this website go to local pet rescues. So this is not a money-making endeavor for me. This is not going to make money for us. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Literally 20% of all the profits go to things we could have done. The number of things we could have done differently and actually monetized all the stuff that we've done. See, David, here's our problem, David. Our problem is we're not money grubbing enough. We're too altruistic. We need to be more greedy. If we were less altruistic and more about grubbing money, dude, we would be freaking millionaires. I promise we'd be millionaires right now. Yeah. It's crazy the amount of stuff we've done, and the bigger thing is for us, I think, is we've talked about this multiple times in the show that every single person out there has an idea in their head that is worth $1 million. Every person has an idea.
And you and I both have had these situations where we've had an idea in our head and then we didn't act on it. And 2 years later, we see it on the marketplace. And both of us are like, mother, father.
Right. I know.
That hurts.
Unbelievable.
That hurts. So we don't want you to feel our pain. Go out there. Carpa de DM. Carpa DM.
DM the Carpes.
Fish for carp or something. I don't know.
DM the Carpes. Do what you got to do.
Yes.
But David, if we were less altruistic, I promise we would be millionaires right now. If we did a political show and we were all about grubbing the money, dude, it would be a different show altogether.
Yeah. We should try to get one of the if we offer one, we got to offer both. So we should offer both of the political presidential candidates an opportunity to come on our show and speak. But the only caveat is it's no politics.
No politics.
You can't talk politics.
Anything but
talk
politics.
Everything except
That's
politics.
funny. See, that would be good.
That would
Anything
be great.
but politics. Talk about golf.
Yeah.
Talk about beer. Talk about
Business?
your son's overseas comings and goings.
That's rough, bro.
Talk
That's
about.
rough.
Look, I'm not judging, but I'm not going there. I'm just saying.
You're not going there. Let's walk away from that. I'm just saying, if you put, I don't care which one, it doesn't matter to me. Either one of them, to where you can talk about anything you want, you just can't talk politics.
Dude, that would be good.
Well, you see,
dude,
I had the greatest of all my
That's
greatest
actually
one. Greatest
really-
business. We're talking about business, right?
So, David, I rarely say this about you. That's a really good idea.
Actually, I disagree. You tell me all the damn time I have great ideas,
Do a show
and I usually do.
where we bring on high-level political figures, but don't let them talk about politics. That's a really good idea. That's a
That'd be
really
awesome.
good idea.
Yeah, I'm like, here, we're going to listen to XYZ. We won't say any names. And, that would show up on a lot of places.
David,
And
we're going
then
to
get them on here.
No, you don't understand what you just unlocked,
You can't
David.
talk
You
politics.
unlock next
You
level.
can't talk politics.
We're going to make this
Yeah,
happen.
let's do it.
We're
do
going
it.
to
I think that should be an annual November or annual show or something where you invite some top level politicians.
Dude.
Say, hey, we're going to have great discussions tonight, but we're not going to talk politics. We don't talk politics. On the
Okay,
show.
we might change this the name of the show to Grassroots No Politics, because that's what you do. You start local. You gradually, as you grow, get bigger. No politics. You come on the show.
Yeah.
You just show. So here's the cool thing. So a lot of these. So my current wife loves podcasts. She loves podcasts, like most people do. But the ones she talks about are like entertainment. So she watches. She watches and listens to the Conan O'Brien podcast. She has another one called Smartlist, where there's a couple of celebrities that we don't know, and they bring on different people. But they sort of talk about them in unconventional ways. These people in entertainment and politics.
Yeah.
Dude, if we brought on political figures and we just shoot the shit and did not let them talk about politics,
Yeah.
that's a
That would be
really
awesome.
freaking good
That'd be
idea.
awesome. That'd be better than a freaking. What did they do? What was that thing? Jimmy Christmas. Literally, the English language has escaped me this evening. The what was it they did last week? What was it?
The political
debate.
debate?
Holy crap!
The political
Literally
debate?
Could not think of the word debate.
Debate? The
That's
debate?
3 words.
David,
3 words today.
if
that
you
have
were in
just
a political
completely-
debate, you would fail right now. You got to up your game,
oh yeah,
dude.
crazy.
You got to up your
Yeah,
game.
well, no. I'll crush anybody in any debate.
If you're
doesn't
in a
matter.
debate and you
Okay,
forget the
I
word
will
debate, that's a problem.
Yeah, well, I mean, if I'm in a debate, it's probably on a sign somewhere. I can be like, oh shit, yeah, I'm in a debate. but yeah, if you were to put it would be a better tell of them than I think the debate would.
All right, David, I'm not even joking. I am going to try and line up a local political figure just to shoot the shit, no politics.
All right. Local to you or local to me?
Local to me, I know
Okay.
you're in New York, so that's a little bit of an uphill battle. Little bit. I am going to try and get local political figures to come on the show, shoot the shit, no politics. We're going to see where it goes. Just see where it goes.
Yeah, I'll just email out to Chuck Schumer, see if he wants to come on.
Oh, well, Chuck you, Schumer. Yeah, no, he's a good dude. He's going to love that.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, come on here. We're going to talk. We're going to shoot the breeze. You got 2 hours to fill with us, and you're not allowed to talk politics.
No, and here's the cool thing. I'll bet,
You
I
don't tell them until
genuinely
they're on the
bet,
show?
a lot of dudes in politics are probably pretty cool to hang out with. Dude, I'll bet Obama, when he's not like in political mode, just drinking a beer, being a dude, I'll bet he's a cool guy.
I could drink with him. I could drink with him.
Bring on Big Mike. I'll bet they're cool dudes to drink with.
Yeah. Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's the one I want to drink with. Mainly because
Yeah,
I know how he's going to offer the cigar to me.
Hear,
and I want somebody to offer me a cigar the way that he would.
I want to hear what his favorite cigar is. I want to hear how he smoke. I want to hear what cut he gets in his cigar.
Oh, yeah.
Is he straight cut, V cut? Is he punch cut?
Ooh.
Mr.
I don't think people admit to being a punch
How do you
cut.
smoke your cigar, man?
The governor.
Do you warm your cigar before you light it? How do you do it? I want to know.
So I mean, yeah. How do you light it? Show me your lighting technique. And I know how it does the offering with the dipping in the tequila and everything too. But I would love to have a cigar.
David, do you dip?
Absolutely.
I hate dipping.
If you haven't,
I don't.
Have you?
I have. I don't care for it. You know why I don't care for it?
Oh man.
Here's the funny thing. I also don't care for Reuben sandwiches.
What?
I don't want wet bread.
King.
I don't want wet bread in the same way that I don't want wet cigars. It's gross. It's weird.
Okay.
It's gross. I don't like it.
All right. So tip from a fat guy here. When you order a Reuben or a pastrami, the first thing you do when it gets to the table is you flip it upside down.
Okay.
That is your first thing you do when you get to the table.
Because you got to dry the other side,
down.
right?
Yeah,
it's soggy. Mike Lozito says soggy bread is the worst. Thank you, Mike. I agree. That's what I'm saying.
So I do not disagree, but if it's done properly and grilled properly, you take that, even if it's not grilled properly, you take that sandwich. The moment it hits your table, you take both half of it because they always cut it in half, and you flip it upside down.
Okay. You don't want the soggy side down.
Upside down, you're gonna have crispy bread the whole time. Because I think unless you're in a busy
until you dip
restaurant,
it, David.
Well, you don't dip it. You don't dip it. That's a French dip. That's not a corned beef sandwich. That's not a Reuben.
A Reuben, you dip it in the au jus.
No, that's a French dip. The Reuben is corned beef with Russian or Thousand Island dressing, depending on who we're at war with at any given time, and sauerkraut with provolone or a mozzarella cheese.
That'd be a German sandwich. So you don't dip you don't dip it in the au jus?
No, that's a French dip, bud.
Oh, in that case, fuck the French dip.
Yeah, fuck the French dip. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I don't want the soggy bread.
Sandwich.
I mean, you're on purpose dipping your yeah, no, don't do that.
Okay,
yeah.
That's my point. I thought that was
like
Reuben.
Dip,
I apologize. I don't know my sandwiches.
Ask the fat guy.
Right. That's the name. That's what our show should be. Is Ask the Fat Guy.
Ask the fat guy.
David, you do not. You are not fat, by the way. You have lost. It looks like you lost some weight.
Just big boned.
Have you lost some weight? You look like you've.
No, I just backed the camera up some.
Yeah, you look smaller. You
I'm practically svelte.
There, you're toit like a toiger.
It toit. Yeah, I'm puffy. That's what it is. So there's a guy we follow that Nikki follows, my wife, that does like reviews for cruises and other hotels and things like that. And he's a big guy, and he talks about things of whether they're fluffy friendly or not. And
fluffy friendly.
I listened. Yeah, fluffy friendly. We're fluffy. Well, not you. We're fluffy people out here, and you need who the hell is outside my house? Ah, well.
You have teenagers living in your house. There will always be people walking around your house.
No. I mean, there's like a truck parked out. There is nobody home, dude. I'm home all by myself. The possibilities are endless,
dude.
And by endless, I mean as soon as I get done here, I'm gonna go upstairs and go to bed.
You need a shotgun filled with salt. The salt shots.
For what?
To just blast the hell out of random people and not worry about them dying. Dude, if I lived in the country, I would always have a shotgun filled with salt shot. Or what do they call it? That'd be awesome. That's the best part about living in the country. Shoot random people who walk around your house.
Hey, Mike, would you consider where we live in the country? I don't know. We're close. We're on the cusp.
So I say you're in the country. I have neighbors. So I have neighbors where I can look out my back door, my sliding glass door, and I can see three houses down, and I can tell what they're watching on TV. That's not natural. That's not a way a human
Bruh.
being needs to live.
I can see 1, 2, 3, 4 houses. 1 to the right and 3 straight behind me.
Michael
then from the
Lozito
front, I
says,
got a
no
house on the-
shot, we're country. Yeah, no. Mike,
No shot, we're country.
So you guys live in New York, and I'm jealous of you. That says a lot about where I live.
Yeah, you're a little tighter. Our properties are a little bit bigger in this neighborhood. It was a guy, just by the way, he was just getting his boat backed into the spot there because everybody up here has a boat.
You got the big lakes
And,
over there, right?
oh yeah, we live right across the street from a pretty decent sized lake, Lake Oneida, and I'm that close. I'm that close. to pulling the trigger
Good
on a
French
boat.
fries. Yeah.
Good for Oneida fries, man. That's Idaho, I think. Oroida. I don't think
Oneida,
it's
not
Oneida.
Oneida.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
It sounds the same.
Now, just so I have to wrap myself out there. The way I remembered Oroida was from Short Circuit.
Or
Yes.
Fluffy Life, man.
Fluffy Life.
You were talking about being fluffy.
Fluffy.
you like
Fluffy Life. You're
French
saying that's
fries, David. By the way, Short
Oh, yeah.
Circuit, great movie. Given
Great movie.
modern technology, should be remade.
You know, there are a few movies, and a lot of people. There's one movie that should never be remade that I want to be remade. Okay, and that's very contradictory.
Short
there.
Circuit.
But
Johnny
there's a-
5 is alive, man.
Not- I could imagine what it would be like today with all the CGI on that. But I'm thinking
No CGI.
of-
Has to be practical. Has to be practical.
Yes, that would. Okay, all right. Okay. You got me on
If it's
board
practical,
more
I'm
now.
all in.
So I don't know if they ever made a third one, but I don't know if they need to remake it.
They only
but
did
you
2,
can
I
see
think.
a continuance of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they only did 2.
Yeah.
And the second one was in New York.
No, it's funny you remember that. That's nobody on Earth remembers that. The people who made the film didn't realize it was based in New York.
Yeah, Johnny 5 tunnels underneath the thing to get into the bank vault so the guys can rob the diamonds.
That's Batman Returns.
No. Then he puts a spike because he breaks into a Radio Shack and he puts a spikes on his head and chains across. Yeah.
That was cool. Mike Lozito says, "I want to see the Back to the
Mike
Future
Lucido, You
remake.
keep that kind of shit to yourself.
Current day movie going back to the time of 1990. Kids have learned what it was like without the internet." That's funny, Mike. By the way, so I was reading something. So we are apparently further away from 19. So first of all, the first Back to the Future was based in 1985. We are
1985 went back to what? 1953.
1955. We are further
Okay.
away now from the original Back to the Future than he was from 1955. Than Marty McFly was from 1955.
I got a thing that hurt today.
We are
I got a thing that
further
hurt.
away from that. By the way, we still don't have hoverboards or holograms.
Yeah, what the frig, man?
Dude, we have hoverboards. It's just a
Bullshit.
skateboard with wheels.
Yeah.
No, man.
No.
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 We need real hoverboards.
Yeah. So Facebook decided that I want to know when the celebrities' birthdays are. Apparently, somebody popped up, was like, "Hey, on this day in 19 blah blah blah, happy
algorithms.
65th birthday or something like that."
Algorithms.
And I clicked the button, and it started showing me birthdays. I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's cool. I like them." Click like.
Don't never
And it kept
like
more
shit.
and more and more.
Never like anything on the
Oh.
internet ever.
So yeah, I'm a Facebook whore, man. So
You are.
I'm like, oh yeah, like. My thing on my other thing on Facebook is I have a lot of friends that have businesses and whatnot, whether it be real estate or travel or pet products. It doesn't matter. If I see their post, I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna share it. It's no time out of my day to do so. It's the absolute minimum a person can do for somebody else. Like and share. It took me less than a second to do both of these tasks. So I'm going to do that. But there was one today, and I can't remember who it was, but there's this chick that I think is just gorgeous. I'm not going to say just in case my wife watches this, but she was born in 1969. I'm like, oh, she's only 11 years older than me. I'm like, oh, shit.
Oh, so she's like 80 years
Ouch.
old is what you're saying.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it's only 11 years older
She
than
was-
me. I'm like,
Yeah.
I need a moment.
She was
I
a
need a moment
flapper from the
here.
1920s. Yeah, so no.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't realize how old you are. That's the
Oh.
problem, David.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, by the way,
so
hey,
old.
David, when was the last time I posted anything that didn't have anything to do with the show? Like, it was more than 10 years ago. It's been at least like
Dude, I
13,
don't
14
know.
years
You
ago.
don't ever post. You don't ever do anything, man.
And there's a very good reason for that.
I tag you on shit. I'm like, that was a wasted tag.
Well, here's
That
the
was a good wasted tag.
here's the
I
weird
tagged
thing.
you on a piece of technology today or
You
yesterday
send me a
that
lot
you
of
really need to look at.
you send me a lot of our communications on Facebook Messenger, and I'll look at it like once a month or once every 2 months, and I'm like, oh shit, he sent me stuff a long time ago. I didn't even look at it.
Yeah. So I like Facebook Messenger because it goes across all of my platforms. I can be on my iPad. I can be on my MacBook. I can be on my iPhone. I can be on my Android phone.
David, I have a
I
cell
can be on
phone. You
any
can text
computer.
me stuff.
I know that, but if I don't have that cell phone with me at the time, then let's say I'm sitting here on my computer and working and doing something, and comes across. I'm like, oh, I need Wes needs to know about this. I can't do it from my phone. I got my computer. So if I use Facebook Messenger, that communications platform is universal across everything.
You
So
know
I can
most
get to
devices
you
have
the
email.
data. Well, yeah, but it's email, man. Email. I'm picky, okay? I'm picky.
You know what's the funny
I
thing?
look at
You're
Facebook
actually
Messenger like a
closer
text
to
message.
you're actually closer to modern utilization of these technologies than I am. By the way, most young people will use one of these alternate communication channels more readily than they will use a text message. I'm old school because I use text message. You're actually more on the ball because you use an alternate method of communication.
Yeah.
It sounds
I got
weird,
Snapchat.
but there are so many. And here's the weird thing. Here's what I always wonder. Okay, my father-in-law, he's in his mid-70s, but every month or so, every couple months, he loses his remote or he presses a button, he doesn't know what it did, and it resets everything on his TV. He can't figure this stuff out for the life of him. He calls me to come over and figure it out, and I figure it out. But it gets me thinking every single time, when I am in my mid-70s, what technology is going to be so advanced that I can't process it to the point that I have to call my son-in-law or my grandchild
Facebook Messenger
to figure it out for me? But that's the weird thing, right? It won't be Messenger. What's it going to be? What will the technology be that's so advanced that I can't figure it out?
Your hologram.
Right.
Your
Am I
hologram.
gonna be, hey,
hula girls.
Hey, son-in-law, hey, grandkid, can you figure out my contact implant, cybernetic implants? Because I all I'm seeing is porn and pop-ups. I can't figure it out. What did I do wrong? And he'll come over and say, "That's all there is online now. That's literally
That's all there is."
You're doing everything right."
Step Android, help me! I'm stuck.
Hey Alexa, all I'm seeing is porn and pop-ups. What am I doing wrong? You're doing everything right, Dave.
Why you gotta use my name in that?
No, that's a 2021 analogy. That's a Stanley Kubrick reference. I'm sorry, Dave.
Let's see. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Dave. Okay, I got
Not
you, now.
you,
I'm with
Dave. The other Dave. Although it does fit.
Nikki just sent me a picture.
Right, exactly. It just tends to more porn.
Yeah. So my wife just said she's at the filling station over in Columbus right now, and it says open on the 4th, and it says hop to it.
Hop to it.
So that has been what yeah. If you don't know, this is not the.
Is that a New York
this
thing?
This is not the No.
Is that a young people thing?
That's anybody on the internet in the last 3 weeks thing, man.
Hop to it.
Hawk to it.
Oh, hawk to-y. I thought you said hop to it.
Yeah, no, that's not.
Hawk
but yeah, it's what we usually ask them to do is hop to it.
What was that
Anyway,
weird word that means fake that my 9-year-old son uses? That's
I
cap.
don't know, Fakazi?
That's cap.
Oh, cap.
That's cap, my friend.
Cap. It's cap.
That's cap.
Is it cap? Cap means fake? I don't know.
Cap means
I
fake.
don't know. These kids these
According
days.
to my 9-year-old son, who can't explain why it means fake, it means fake.
Yeah, I look back and there's a thing I seen it the other day that said now I know how my parents or grandparents felt like when I used the slang of the day, and I look back and going I can't remember what slang I used that was the slang of the day.
I'm old
I
enough
remember
that,
cool.
yeah.
I remember cool and dude.
Bro was the most advanced. So I'm
But
old
bro
enough.
bro came to me after I was like out of school and everything.
I'm old enough that I've literally never used slang my parents didn't understand.
Yeah, I mean, there was, even if it was something that they might not have been necessarily familiar with, context was available to be able to box it in.
David, I'm old enough that I'm still trying to figure out what on fleek means.
What the hell is that?
Exactly. That's my point. That's from like 10.
Is that a thing?
David, that's from like 10 years ago.
Oh, I have no clue. I don't know.
That's my point.
Okay, let's see here. Gotta Run, ESPN Classic is showing the Penn State versus Ohio State game from 2017.
Yeah, that's Mike Lozito. And obviously, a game from 2017 is more interesting than a game from than this from 2024.
A live podcast.
David, if we spoke politics, we would never run out of things to talk about right now. Holy moly, there is so much stuff happening in politics. Unbelievable. Look, I'm going to say this out loud right now. I don't care who's listening, left or right, either side, you must vote in November. Do not assume that your chosen side will win. You must vote. That's all I got to say.
So you're like one of those rap stars. It's like Rock the Vote.
Rock the Vote. I'm
out there. You're like U2 and Rock the Vote. U2's a band. Right?
I'm the very pale P. Diddy. Wait, is he still a thing? Sure. No, he's running from the law for pedophilia. I'm not the white P. Diddy.
That is the one I don't think that's the one you go with right now. I'm not up to date on much. I have no idea what is happening. All I know is there's a lot of memes about it, so that's not good.
Yeah. All right. Look, dude, we gotta talk politics. We gotta. So we need to completely lose our lives prior to now. Disavow everything to do with our lives. David, you got to quit your day job. I got to quit my day jobs, plural. And we need to just do politics because apparently we will tear it up. There is so much to talk about right now, and nobody's talking.
Oh, there is.
Unbelievable what's happening right now in the world. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, the people they're listening to aren't coming to you live from the basement and the garage. So.
Live from the hidden bunker.
Yes.
Deep in Central Ohio's.
Oh, who was that? Mark Levine that used to have an opening that said something along those lines.
Mark Levine. No,
not Mark
Levine.
If he's still relevant.
That was not Art Bell. The guy who came after Art Bell. George Norrie. George Norrie did the
no from an undisclosed
location. That was Mark Levine.
Stone.
But he stole that.
Levine? Was it Mark Levine?
Mark Levine stole that from George Norrie.
Oh, George Norrie's. I mean, I don't know much about Mark Levine. I only listened to him a few times.
George Norrie's a legend.
George Norrie, I've listened to a lot.
George Norrie took over after Art Bell, and Art Bell's the legend. I think he's dead now. He's the legend.
AM Coast to Coast.
Coast to Coast AM. Dude, I have worked so many jobs in the middle of the night, listening to George Norrie all night, talking about Bigfoot and underground bunkers and Hollow Earth. Dude. I first heard George Norrie talk about Hollow Earth. The freaking Earth is apparently hollow. And he had the comic book artist Neil
deGrasse Tyson.
Fuck Neil deGrasse Tyson. super legendary comic book artist. And I saw this guy at a comic book convention because I was also working. I used to manage
Neil Adams
video and digital marketing for a comic book convention company. And I saw this guy there, and I spent hours talking to this guy about Hollow Earth. I could talk for a long time about Hollow Earth from what I learned from this guy. Hilarious and amazing at the same time.
So I used to, when I would leave, service calls or systems that I had to do and projects I used to do late at night, if my drive home was a half hour, I would try to drag the job out just long enough to get it to flip over to AM, the Coast to Coast AM.
Coast to Coast AM.
Yeah.
I loved it, man.
By the way,
It's so good.
By the way, Mike, Ohio State won that game back in 2017.
In 2017,
so you can watch it.
by the way, Mike. So funny thing, Mike walked off the show last week like 4 times, and he still won. We pissed him off so bad. That was a great show.
I mean, to be fair, it hurts sometimes to find out that your fellow humans are idiots.
I mean, here's Mike's problem. He has faith in humanity. Yeah,
I lost that just when having to drive around. I do not have faith in humanity.
I lost that in 2016. Take that how you will. So Neil Adams, by the way, legendary comic book artist. He actually there. So do you know who the character Green Lantern is?
I do know.
So he actually created the cover. He drew the cover for the famous Green Lantern / Green Arrow comic book cover, where Green Arrow's apprentice was shooting up heroin, and it was like this big thing back in the day. And Neil Adams drew that. Big, amazing guy in the comic book world. He believes the Earth is hollow, and I spoke to him for hours about the hollow Earth because of Art Bell talking about the hollow Earth, and he was on the show. I've had so many weird things happen because of that show. I love Coast to Coast because it led to so many other weird places in the world. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying the Earth is hollow. I'm saying it might actually be on the back of a turtle, but that's a different conversation altogether.
So last week we discovered that you created a conspiracy theory.
I did.
Called the Turtle Earth or Turtle Worlds Are Us or whatever it was.
Turtle Earth Society.
You really Turtle Earth Society, and you launched it, and you had in just a day or two, you had like 100 people that were following.
I did actually. In the first day, I had about 200, about 100 people subscribe, follow me. And I have about 200 now. It's fallen off because I haven't been keeping up. I'm trying to find it now. Hang on.
The Turtle Earth Society, man. That is
the idea
absolute
is
gold.
The idea is it's hilarious. All the flat Earth people that are out there. Hilarious. All the flat Earth people that are out there. People actually believe the Earth is flat. I figure I can do one better and say the Earth's not flat. It's actually on the back of a giant turtle. And I can use their exact same science in quotes, to prove that the Earth is not flat, but it is in fact on the back of a giant turtle. So what I did was I created this Instagram page, the Turtle Earth Society. If you're watching and listening, please go subscribe. Follow, because I love it. There are
if nothing else. It'll give us something hilarious to talk about forever.
There are ancient,
because eventually, we will see this on the freaking History Channel.
Yes.
There'll be the guy there with the crazy hair going aliens.
It's not. I'm not saying it's aliens,
the guy
but it's
there
aliens.
With slicked back hair.
Yes.
Going turtles.
Exactly. So look. So there are ancient maps that show the Earth is on the back of a giant turtle. There are CGI recreations of the Earth on the back of a giant turtle. It's actually pretty compelling if you get into the science. And I developed a whole science around why the Earth is on the back of a giant turtle. If we're talking science, I can talk science about why the Earth is on the back of a giant turtle. We have
I love this one. I love this image. It's in the middle here of the lady in the space station, where it's clear that they've just hairsprayed her hair to stick straight up.
Is because
nobody else's hair is being affected. It's just that lady's hair sticking straight up with hairspray.
Well, look, here's the cool thing. So what I did was I actually took actual NASA footage that flat earthers use to prove they're faking NASA footage. And here's the weird thing. So I'm not saying NASA's faking their footage. I'm taking this footage.
We're not saying they're in Canada where you can map it out and go visit it, but whatever.
But actual NASA footage, if you take a look, some of it looks kind of fake. Do you want to take a look?
Yeah. Yeah, let's take shoot, we're hour and 45 minutes in. Why not take a couple swings at NASA while we're at
All
it?
right, NASA, buckle up your seatbelts. This is going to be fun. All right, so this is a video using actual NASA footage that shows some of the footage that looks really fake.
Wait, stop, pause, hold the phone.
What are you doing here?
Don't throw the phone. What the hell is the turtle Earth greater than pancake Earth? Oh, that's a flat Earth society.
Pancake
Okay, gotcha.
Earth is flat
I'm
Earth.
with you now.
Yes.
It's flat Earth. Okay, gotcha.
Got it. All right. Let's see some
I was getting
fake.
kinda hungry.
Let's see some NASA footage that look. I'm not saying NASA lies. I'm just saying some of the footage looks really fake. And maybe we're on the back of a giant turtle. Let's see what this is.
We're definitely on the back of the turtle.
This guy's doing a flip right here, and the guy next to him just reaches up and grabs a harness that's right on his
Oh, the
hip.
harness thing, yeah.
I gotta pause it real quick. I'm gonna pause it because
Yeah,
the funniest part
You gotta
to
make
me,
that
well,
look
there's several
fake.
funny
What is
parts
happening
by the
there?
way. But the lady in the background with the
yeah,
hair,
yeah.
It's
the lady
like-
in the back that
it's
gets
like,
me is the hair.
did someone
the hair,
not
like when
think
she
that-
moves around, the hair does not move. Nobody else's hair
It's
is affected.
obviously
and I
spray
get this
painted.
guy's literally just reaching out and
Or
grabbing a hold
like
of the harness.
hairsprayed, right?
Oh yeah, that's clearly Aquanet right there.
So here's the weird thing. And look, I believe we landed on the moon. I believe we made it to outer space. But in that case, why would NASA fake footage that's obviously fake? Let's continue with the video.
Why do people believe the world is flat? I mean, there's so much there.
Look, the flat
we'll
Earth.
have to ask the
I'm
Anunnaki.
gonna say the
We'll have
flat
to ask
Earth.
the Anunnaki when they get
The
here.
flat Earth is bullshit. The flat Earth is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. But at the same time, on a different subject, why would NASA fake stuff when they actually have a space station and people in outer space?
Well, are
I
they in
don't
space or? I mean, well, right now they're stranded. So
Let's continue the video. Let's see.
like
Let's
we've
see
got
it.
to
Let's
make
see
her
what we
hair
got.
look like that, right?
Right.
It's got to be standing up.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's
it's hard as a rock.
hairspray.
It's not
yeah.
moving.
Yeah.
Obviously.
You know, it's like this is supposed to, we must be in space. Look at her
Hashtag
hair. Like
Aquanet.
obviously, yeah, there's a thing called hairspray.
when your hair
Because this guy doing
absolutely
a
has to hold, Aquanet is there for you.
Well, so also, every time you see somebody like that's in the harness and they do the backflip, it's always the same backflip. Why don't they do a side flip or a backwards flip or a
In any other direction than perpendicular.
literally any other direction? You have 365, not even 365. You have omnidirectional flip options. Try one and just prove people wrong. That's all I'm saying.
backflip,
Yeah.
and he
And then
They
We're gonna
always do
flip
the same
one
gravity
backflip.
just like
Yeah.
gravity goes away. They must have
I
found
mean,
a pocket.
gravity goes away and he fell.
further, the Big Bang Theory did a better job of faking people in space.
Oh my gosh. I've
And
seen
some of this stuff.
fan-made videos that do a better job.
Yeah.
It gets better though. I'm going to keep playing this. It gets better.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
or he got caught up in that harness.
I like the ones where the
Here
stuff
comes the one
drops
with
and actually
senior.
falls.
Yeah.
in the background.
Yeah.
Holy hell!
And it's obviously
There's an
a
arrow.
guy.
Look at this.
Oh, look here. Look at the
Check
blue
the-
screen in the back.
Watch closely. See the guy in the background there with the blue screen.
Filming with a green tennis ball in front of a blue screen.
Right. Clearly, I mean, it's not even.
And then here's a clip of what they
Same
turned
dude.
it
There's
into.
this water
On the
particle.
black on the
Yeah.
blue screen.
Wow.
This guy just disappears like, oh, yeah, makes sense.
It fades out. Did you see that? It faded out. He faded out before he got to the background.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah, I'm good to go. Hey, I got
Okay,
to
now
go.
we're back.
Yeah, what we got back there? Another green.
Look, that is not edited. NASA released that. I'm not saying
Oh, yeah.
we do not.
The
By the
guy
way,
vanishes.
I want to go on record right now. We do not live on a flat Earth. We don't. We did land
we
on the
clearly
moon.
live on a turtle.
We did land on the moon. But NASA's putting out some weird videos, and we might actually live on the back of a giant turtle.
Green screen.
Yeah, most likely we live.
And
on
this
a
guy
turtle.
just
The ones where they're
I mean,
doing
it's
the
just really the only explanation for all of these videos is that we live.
Look at this. Look at the back of this guy's shirt. You can see the
It's
wires.
Donatello.
Look at this guy, the back of this guy's shirt. You can see the wires holding him up. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Hanging
hanging
from a
his shirt.
harness.
Like you can see, like yeah, you
It's not even
can
good.
clearly see the artist. It's like if you take your
good stuff.
hands right now and you grab your shirt.
And
you
this is
just
all
pull out.
is this all hosted on your Turtle
Yeah, by
Earth
the way, go to
Society?
Instagram and look for Turtle Earth Society and follow us because we not only prove that NASA lies, we do not only prove that we don't live on a flat Earth, we do prove that we live on the back of a giant turtle in outer space.
It's This one's my favorite right
And the
here.
green
The guy
guy.
goes
Oh,
to
he's
reach
doing a
for.
backflip.
Yeah.
Hey,
Doing a
John
backflip.
Calendar,
What a-
John
what a
Calendar.
doofus.
But watch their thing at the
There
end. I think
you
this
go.
guy's always in it, man. He's the biggest
always-
clown. Yeah.
He's the worst. Like they got to be like, hey Bob, we got to get you out of here, bro. Like you're blowing our.
Look at this.
Let me reach up there. Oh wait, oh kung fu.
Oh, there's that
I'm gonna pause it.
Grab your harness. Grab your
I'm
harness.
gonna pause it real quick. So,
We have to.
grab
Then
the
we got to
harness.
expand.
so I imagine this guy in the green.
Tell me that doesn't look fake. All this stuff. And NASA released these videos.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I mean, I would have at least prepped the actors to say, "Don't grab the harness."
Right. Look, I'm just saying we've created photographic videos or photographic photographs. So look, here's
Photographic
proof.
photographs, nice.
I'm not saying we created it, but it exists somewhere on the internet that here is the fin of the giant space turtle that is floating
you
us
can
through
see it.
outer space.
Yeah, and if you're in Antarctica, next to the big giant ice wall, you can look out and see the giant turtle fin.
Exactly. John Calendar joins us. He says, back shots? Yes, John Calendar.
I'm not-
Hey, by the way, what are you drinking, John? We were talking about you earlier. So, yes, we do live on the back of
All
a giant
good
turtle.
things.
And thanks to the Founding Fathers, celebrated tomorrow on Independence Day, we all now know that we live on the back of a giant turtle. But
Yeah.
I don't know how we got started on this subject, but if you're interested in some
Because I
weird,
asked you
funny
how the
stuff,
giant turtle thing was going.
go to Instagram, look for Turtle Earth Society, and
I have Instagram.
on Instagram.
I can look for that.
And
I have Instagram.
I genuinely want to turn this into a real conspiracy theory. I really do. That's my dream. I want to go on the History Channel and be a Turtle Earth Society representative. That's my all-time dream.
Theoretician. Turtle Earth theoretician. Theoretician.
Exactly. Turtle Earth theoretician. We just invented the term. But yeah, so yeah.
Turtle Earth Society. There we go.
Everybody follow. Everybody subscribe. John Calendar says, Jägermeister. I totally agree. If I could be known as
yes,
Jägermeister West, the Master Hunter, is what that translates into. I would be proud of that.
Yeah. Yeah. I had McDonald's for dinner, which is not good.
You are
And
not the Master Hunter, David.
It really was a last resort because they did our fireworks for the area up here tonight, and all the roads were getting blocked off. I'm like, crap. I'm not going to go fight traffic to get back out later. So I got to grab something now. And I kept trying to get places, and they were like lines and lines of traffic. So I kept getting routed and routed. I'm like, all right, so this is the last place before I get back to my house was McDonald's. So I had McDonald's, and I could go for some Jägermeister. Good digestive would be good right now.
Digestive.
Digestive.
Yeah, so those of you who don't know, Jägermeister was originally developed as a type of medicine called digestive, which was a type of liquor which was supposed to help all of your internal systems come back into alignment. And in the meantime, it's turned into a great frat boy drink that you mix with Jägermeister and Red Bull.
Red Bull.
And you'll feel pretty good until you don't.
I got a couple of Red Bulls.
Until you
I got a
don't.
couple of Red Bulls. That's been my major vice lately. Is I've kind of gotten on a little bit of addiction to the old Red Bull.
Red Bull is really bad for you, by the way.
Yeah.
By the way, Red Bull company, don't sue me. But
it's so
it's
delicious,
really not necessarily the most healthy thing
no, it absolutely
in the
is
world.
not. Yeah.
I don't want to get sued, so I won't go from there. But good luck.
Yeah. I got two, and then I can quit anytime I want. It's fine. What's crazy is there for a long time, I didn't drink caffeine like at all.
And now you're
So I've
addicted
got to
to
go
Red
through.
Bull.
I've got to go. Yeah. Now I've got to go back through the caffeine withdrawal crap.
Yeah,
and
your
do that
next
again.
step is methamphetamine.
No. No.
That's literally
No.
the next step up from Red Bull.
I noticed that neither of you showed up to Summerfest. Well, I live in New York.
Wait,
so
John, what did I
that
miss?
should have been expected.
I didn't. So, are you talking about Summerfest at Hofbrau? Because I did miss that. I apologize. So, David, what do you know about Summerfest and Hofbrau? I missed it.
I don't think it was at Hofbrau. So I don't know anything at all about Summerfest. And I usually keep even though I'm here, I usually keep a pretty good tab on what's going on October
I will
Hofbrau
say,
in Columbus.
because outside of bourbon and beer, John is pretty
Germania.
straight laced. Germania.
Yeah, Germania.
I'll bet his
Germania,
current
so.
wife, Anna Calendar, did some musical numbers at Germania.
Yeah, she probably did some singing there.
Yeah.
Probably did some singing. Yeah.
It sounds fun. I'm sorry I
Yeah.
missed that. That does actually sound pretty good.
Yeah.
John, you didn't let
So-
me know. You should have sent me an invite. I missed that.
So I'm going to be in town just so we can get this out there. So I'm going to be in town. That's porn. That's not the calendar. Here, let's go to the calendar. That wasn't
Yeah.
porn. It was literally just me searching up the Turtle Earth Society, but it sounds funny the other way. On the week of the 29th, your birthday is the 30th of this month.
It is.
That's a Tuesday. I'm going to have a dinner. I'm going to be at the Hofbrau House for Tuesday, and then we'll probably be back there on the 30th or the 31st for podcast night. So we'll celebrate your birthday a day late and $1 short at the Hofbrau in Columbus on Wednesday. The 31st is most likely. So, John, clear your schedule, and we'll see you there.
So, funny thing. So, by the way, John says she won ladies Stein hoisting contest.
Oh, okay,
So John
nice.
Calendar's current wife won the Stein holding competition. Not surprising. Anna, good job. I'm
So
very
she won-
impressed.
We
He said
did
they'll
in
be in Tennessee at
2020.
that time, by the way.
Yeah, poppycock. Cancel Tennessee. Tennessee's not as cool as hanging with us. When we did a Steinmaster or a Stein holding competition. We actually did a couple of them at the Hofbrau
You did.
back when they weren't doing them.
And you were the announcer, by the way, on the
yeah, I
show.
was the
On
announcer
this
on
show.
And I'll tell you, it is one thing to keep a dialogue going with West. It is quite another thing to keep a monologue going in a room full of, I don't know, well, there's probably about 75, 80 people total
Yeah.
in this room.
Yeah.
And you've got people all across because they had to be all spread out at that time, holding up beer steins. And I believe Anna won that competition as well. So hooray for her. She's a 2-time champ now.
There you go. Exactly.
She got to get a belt.
So, by the way, you mentioned my birthday is on the 31st. That's not 100% true. That's 50% true.
30th and 31st, or is it the 31st and
it's
1st?
both. It's actually both. So,
Yeah.
I've always had two birthdays. My mom says the 30th. No, my mom says 31st. My birth certificate says the 30th. Neither one is 100% accurate.
I'm going to trust the people that weren't jacked up on drugs.
It wasn't in the middle of the night. My mom claims
Oh.
she wasn't high at the time. But
This is how we get the frowny face.
my dad claims that he might have been there at the time. Either way, I've always had two birthdays, 30th and the 31st. We're not really sure which day it was. It's one of those 2 days.
It's one of those 2 days.
So I've always had two
Let's
birthdays.
see here. So John says they're out celebrating their 20th anniversary.
Oh, congratulations.
They were married on 31st.
20th
20 years
20
married,
years.
dude.
I haven't known anyone.
It is time to change that up, bro.
Outside of my parents, I haven't known anyone for 20 years.
Yes. 20 years is a long ass time.
We were
I
married.
mean, I've been with Nikki for 21 years, but we've only been married for 10. So
Yeah. He says we were married on the 31st. This
okay.
show, we got to go back and look at exactly what day the show was. It's going to be on the 26th of July.
Yeah,
And that'll
26th
be
of July
a
from this
4-year
room
anniversary,
right here.
David.
Yeah, this will be this year, or it'll be out of this room right here. We were going to do it, but when we got bumped to Friday, we had to push off. We were going to go to the cigar lounge, but it will be absolutely packed with people and cost us a significant amount of money to get that room private. So we're going to do the show from here. We're going to have it all set up. We got some audio equipment. I don't know if you guys noticed in the background. We got some audio equipment that we're going to be setting up. We'll have four mics so that we don't have that echo issue we had last week. And we're going to go live from here, and it's going to be the bourbon tasting with the Goalie Dads United guys, Jeff and Mike Lazito. Well, Jeff's last name's not Mike or Lazito, but
Jeff's
Jeff
not
X, because I don't know
not
Jeff's
Mike
last name.
Lazito. Yeah, I
It's
get it.
Jeff and Mike Lazito. They've been married for 4 years too.
Hey, so John Cowler says, hey, I'm doing the math weird here. Hang on. John says it's our 20-year anniversary. However, he says we've dated for 25.
Well, I think that's 5 years on top of there. So they dated for 5 years before they
I
got
don't
married.
know. Dated is different from married. Have they been together for 45 years?
So they're not 45 years old.
Did they meet when they were 3 years old?
Well, again, they're not 5 years. They're not 45. Neither one of them's 45 years old. So I'm going to go. Yes, John, you're going to be picking the bourbons. I'm going to send you a selection of what I have. You're going to pick out of what I have, and then maybe give us a couple tips or a couple lines. I'm going to go and hopefully come back with at least one Weller special reserve, and if I can get an antique, I'll probably do that. But yeah, you're gonna be picking the bourbons from what I have, and if anything that we can readily get. We can't say, hey, we're gonna do what was the one we were talking about earlier, the Weller Millennium.
Yes,
yeah,
we won't have a bottle of
$1,500
that, by the way. No,
we will not have. So John says he dates his wife every day. So somebody's trying to get lucky tonight. So
he
good
dates
job,
his
John.
wife every day. I am happy my wife doesn't leave me every day, so we're good. I don't serve lines of Coke. John, it's
don't
not that kind of
understand.
anniversary, John. I don't.
He says don't serve. He said he doesn't see.
He does not serve. Good to know. And a calendar. We started dating in '99 when we were both in high school.
Oh, okay. So she's watching too. Okay, so that's why he's being so nice. Okay, all right,
There
makes
you
sense.
go.
Now
it's all coming together.
Lucky. Okay,
It's
Good
all merging here.
just get in there and get a little hot to it.
Hak tui is apparently what the kids say. Hak tui.
So Anna and John, being that they're actually on Facebook, they will get that reference. I know you are Grandpa West over there, and don't have a clue what's going on in the current world.
I don't see anyone on my MySpace page saying Hak tui.
I don't even think so. I know MySpace was trying to be converted over to a musician spot. But what is it now?
Dude.
MySpace.com. Okay, so it's
MySpace. I
it's
still say,
musicians.
look,
Okay.
if MySpace came back today as a direct competitor to Facebook, had all the same
Facebook in a heartbeat.
Dude, the nostalgia feature would destroy Facebook.
I would drop Facebook
at least put a really big hurting for at least 6 months to get a good grab on the market. Whoever owns Facebook, you're missing or whoever owns MySpace, you're missing a big opportunity. Dude, the nostalgia right now, if you use that to really put a hurting on Facebook, you could make a ton of money very quickly. I'm just saying.
So I'm going to take a quick look at their site info. Oh, it doesn't give me much. It's MySpace LLC.
No,
Nothing
it's like a music page now. It's weird.
Yeah.
But you know what's cool about MySpace? The fact that you could go into MySpace and add like custom games and JavaScript.
Yeah.
And you could actually change your
the,
whole profile page and layout. Dude,
yeah,
Facebook,
you could do HTML editing on it, and
that's where I learned
basically
HTML.
creates. Yeah.
So I went to art school, by the way. For those of you who don't know, I went to art school. I learned HTML on MySpace.
On MySpace. Yeah. I didn't learn. I learned how to copy and paste and edit HTML. I didn't learn how to write. I learned how to copy most of what I liked, and then make edits and changes to the things I wanted to be personalized.
No, I actually wrote in raw CSS Pac-Man on
Oh, that's
MySpace.
nice.
I wrote it from scratch.
So I used to have this big book that worked off of, it was basically a QBasic that you started and we'd write 10 and then you'd put the colon and then you'd start writing commands. And that's how I used to, when I started playing video games, that's how I had to play video games. I had to write the program and there was no saving it. So every time you wrote for like 3 hours to play Pac-Man, you wrote for 2 hours to play Pong. Yeah. And you wrote this code, and when you turned it off, it's gone.
It was gone. It was gone forever.
It was gone. So when you turn it back on, when you turn your computer back on, you had to start over. So it was like the old Atari something or another system that plugged up to the little box on your TV.
Right.
That you had to change a channel from 3 to 4.
Yeah.
And,
dude. Oh, don't get me started, man.
Yeah.
I took a whole course on VRML, virtual reality motion language. The whole course was basically very like rudimentary C++, and the whole course was to get a ball to bounce 3 times, and in using just code, text code, you had to get a ball to bounce 3 times to make it look relatively realistic.
Yeah, that's
we
a lot
have
of work.
lived in weird times compared to where we live now.
Yeah. Could you imagine that now? That's nothing now. I mean, the code is still there, but so much of it can be automatically. I mean, we can go to ChatGPT and have it spit out the whole entire code, copy, paste, and run, and then we might have to debug a little bit, but nothing.
Have you seen? So, have you seen Sora yet? Sora. 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 So Sora is the video version of ChatGPT where you can do text to video. I'm not even joking. Look up Sora video. The text to video. It looks photorealistic. Some of the stuff that comes out.
Okay.
It is bonkers how good. There are actually video studios. This is not a okay. I should have pulled a news article up on this. Tyler Perry was creating a video studio where he wanted the whole 365 view thing, similar to what Disney has right now. He was developing this thing. He completely stopped development, sold the whole studio after he saw what Sora is capable of. Because Sora, this text-to-video generative AI, is so good, movie studios, guaranteed within a year, at least 2 years, will be using this platform to instantly create video that is so realistic, it would have taken other teams years, plural years, to produce in the past.
So what you're saying is we need to use ChatGPT to help us write the script for our trilogy, and then we need to use Sora to create the video for the storyboard to sell it.
It's so good. I'm understating how good it is. But it's not open to the public yet. I'm going to try and find some good videos here. Hang on. Okay,
so
hang on.
I've got a Hubu. I don't know. It's got some freaking like gopher or something to it. AITUBO.
More than 200 million users using Wix.
Nope. That's not.
Well,
it's my inbox. Hang on. And that's Nat. Hang on.
I'm Steve. I'm an R&D manager here at Wix. Today I want to show you how we use our own platform.
Is the actual software.
Advertisements.
Okay.
Advertisements are the worst. Hang on. Try and get past this. Hang on. But yeah, so Sora video is bonkers how good it is. Let's try and get some of this video coming out here.
Archaeologists discover generic plastic chair in the desert. All right, I gotta click on that.
No, so I got the video playing now. Listen, so this is literally text to video, and this is not a great example. This is I don't know why it's showing this. Here we go. Hang on. Look at this. Puppies playing in the snow.
Well, I'm still watching the kangaroo because up on our screen, when you're on the other screen, I can't see what's going on.
Yo, you should see what I'm seeing. Hang on.
Okay, I see it now. I see it now. I see a thing now.
This is all text to video. And this is all like 6 months ago. What's available now is so much better.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, this technology I'm showing you now that's text to video is, I mean, it didn't exist a year ago. That looks photorealistic, what we're seeing now. Photorealistic. And it's already 10 times better now than it was when they created this example.
Yeah. That is a very straight line wave.
Let's move on. It's so much better than it has been.
A crochet hat. What was this one? Astronauts in a crocheted hat?
Right, astronaut. Here's pirate ships and a cup of coffee. The point is, here's snowy Japanese street.
Okay.
But this is 6 months ago. What's available now is 10 times better, 100 times better.
Oh, wow.
This stuff that was created in a matter of seconds using this platform would have taken years.
Bro.
Plural years.
James Webb telescope spotting giant turtle with Earth on its back.
I'm just saying. Look, don't tell me the Earth isn't on the back of a giant turtle.
Yeah,
it's a real thing.
That would work. I'm telling you, that would be a thing right there. You could create a whole thing of the James Webb telescope, video leaked of proof that the Earth is not flat and also not round, but we are actually floating through the celestial bodies on the back of a turtle.
Exactly. John Calder said puppies. I'm a little behind on the comments here. I apologize. But yeah, dude.
It wasn't anything important.
My point is the future is this generative AI that it would have taken years for teams of people to produce this stuff in the past. And now it's created in seconds by using AI. Seconds. So
that's awesome.
Anyway, look, I won't go on. It's a whole thing. I was going to
say I'm going to have to go to bed with my laptop tonight and play with some things, but that really does.
Do not say that online.
Right.
No, don't. No.
But no, I was, we were talking about the movie. I'm like, all right, I could get ChatGPT to start putting together the script for our trilogy that we're going to sell. That's going to be the one that makes us the money right there. And then I can use the script out of it to start inputting into something like this to create a storyboard for the movie to sell to the producers and studios.
Well, so you know what they're talking about now, and this is a real thing. Within the next couple of years, this is going to be I promise you, this is going to be a real thing. Netflix, I promise you, is working on it right now. Is the idea of custom entertainment, where you can say, I want a movie about X character doing A, B, and C things on Z type of world. And it will create in real time this piece of entertainment that's specific to you.
Ooh. Wow.
And here's what's going to happen. I promise.
Just think about the energy consumption on that. Just think about the energy consumption.
Well, that's a whole different conversation. But here's what's going to happen on that realm: is when you create something, a separate algorithm is going to review what you created, what you watched, how many times you watched it, and it's going to say, you know what, other people might like this same kind of thing. It's going to then recommend what you created to other people. And the more other people watch it, guess what? It's going to recommend that same thing to other people. And it's going to create this sort of social media of generative creations. So the more people create things or generatively create things, the more it's going to recommend those generatively created things to other people. It's going to spread exponentially to other people who might be interested in similar things but don't have the wherewithal to create that same prompt.
Yeah.
It is going to explode in entertainment in the same way that YouTube...
So we shouldn't have given that away. They should have given that away. That's another business idea that you could have utilized.
Tell me I'm wrong, though.
It would be a great thing to do. And
entertainment is going to explode in the same way that YouTube has exploded in original content.
Original user-created content, which I prefer so much more. I watch far more YouTube. I mean, I do watch some old shows. I mean, I don't watch anything new. If you ask me what's on TV, I have no idea. Not a clue. I don't have a single idea of what any current show is. Literally just started rewatching Star Trek: The Next Generation. But when I sit down on the TV, I have YouTube as like one of the first things to select on my smart TV, and that's what I go to. That's where I live. Is good user created content.
Right. And here's where the future goldmine is. Here's where the future goldmine is in IP.
Okay.
Because of this generative nature of future entertainment. Okay. It sounds like I'm talking nonsense. I'm telling you, canon content will be the gold of this future goldmine. Okay? So Disney won't make their huge money in entertainment content. Disney will make their goldmine in canon content, which means this piece of content is canon, this piece is not, but it kind of exists in the same universe. Disney will say, we're also going to sell this IP to these people who create this stuff. Disney will say, I'm gonna license this IP for individuals to create their own entertainment. That, guess what? If this own personalized entertainment does well in recommended generative entertainment, then we might make it canon. We might not. I don't know. Disney's making them a gold mine in the long run. I'm telling you, generative entertainment will be the next big thing beyond generative AI.
All right, you heard it here.
Generative entertainment.
Heard it here. I think you shouldn't have heard it here. I think we should have copyrighted that first, and then we could have heard it here.
I'm buying the URL right now if it's still available. Generative entertainment.
Yep, and the outline of what it is.
Exactly, dude. We got to patent that crap right now. We got to lock it down. Lock it down.
I'm sitting here going, dude, shut up, dude, shut up, dude, shut up, dude, shut up. This is freaking goldmine, man. Stop talking, West. It's usually the other way around. It's usually West going, shut up, Dave. Shut up, Dave. Shut up, Dave.
Usually because you're getting us into trouble, not giving away business ideas.
Hey, I happily give away business ideas. I still haven't seen Kids Meal out there. One of you guys need to get on that shit, man. That's money in the bank.
What?
Kids Meal, my restaurant.
Kids Meal?
Kids restaurant. Yeah, Kids Meal. That's what I want to call it, Kids Meal.
What's Kids Meal again?
Kids Meal. Okay, for one of you guys out there, girls, whatever. The idea is to create a restaurant that's aimed at kids. So basically, you come in and the whole place is set up there, and you're talking to the kids. You pay up front. It's like a flat price. That way, the kids, at the end of it, they're the ones who get stuck with the check. Now, their check could be draw a green flower with red petals, or it could be clap 4 times. It could be do 5 jumping, something along those lines that the kids can do. It's not monetary. The parents have all paid either online or at the hostess desk. But when the kids come in, they'll ask, how many adult chairs do you need? Right? So that, boom, they're starting off. It's the kids and the rules, the parents. So the kids menu is the full menu. And how many adult menus do you need? And the adult menu is like
I get
short
it. Yeah, you
thing.
talked about this a while ago.
The thing is aimed at the kids. And it is. So I've ran this past a few people. And they're like, yes, that would be absolute gold. And you can have that. I mean, because you're going to be graduating out of that. Because by the time kids 10, 11 years old, they don't want that. But up until that point, I mean, it is the birth. It would be the birthday destination for every child.
So I had another idea along the kids,
and no effing games.
Right?
Chuck E. Cheese, piss off.
So I had another idea that's along the same kids separate sort of line. A kid's smart watch, right? Okay, so the kid's smart watch is they can't text, they don't get games. It's literally so parents can communicate with the kids on their watch. So guess what? Instead of sending text to the kids, it sends an emoji. Kids understand emojis. They see a frowny face. They know the kids know I'm doing something wrong. They see an angry face. They know I'm in trouble. They say, "Hey." They see a countdown. The kids know there's 5 minutes left before they have to go home from the park. In the meantime, guess what? Kids get lost. Parents can track them through the watch. Kids get lost. Kids can say, hey, watch, I'm lost. Find my mom and dad. Guess what? The watch will be smart enough to say, I'm going to go find the mom and dad. It's going to track them and say, hey, find your kids. They're lost. They don't know where they are. They're having problems.
Yep.
The kid's smart watch, I can't believe that's not a thing yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think there's some minor things out there. I remember
Garmin has something really rudimentary. It's not there yet. The technology exists. It's super easy.
Yeah, everything's there. It's all about a matter of putting it all together. Trust me, we have that on other stuff. But it is now 11:20. Been going for 2 hours and 20 minutes. I've drank 3 pints of beer. I'm ready to go take a piss.
Yeah, I've had 3 pints of bourbon. Let's move on.
Yeah, so I think I think we're good. I think we wrapped up pretty good tonight. It was great time. Good talk. We always do. Next week, tune in. We're going to be talking about the wonderful world of sales cycles.
Ooh,
and
it sounds boring. It sounds
very
not
excited
fun.
about that.
Honestly, it sounds boring. It sounds like it's not going to be fun. This is going to be a fun show. I promise you. Sales cycles.
I love sales cycles. Understanding a sales cycle. If you have a business, if you're wanting to run a business, it doesn't matter what that business is. Understanding your customer, your customer avatars, your target customers. That we've talked enough about that. But understanding the sales cycle itself is going to it's really is going to unlock your and be able to set your expectations about where your revenue should be, what your expectations are from thought to purchase to actual receiving of income. I mean, there's a lot that you can unpack out of understanding your sales cycles fully. So we're gonna be talking about that next week, and I think I'm excited about it. Very much so.
Honestly, so I recommend it too. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Join us next week at on Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, on Facebook and YouTube. It's gonna be a lot of fun. John Calendar, puppies. We might have puppies, and by the way. Next Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, Facebook and YouTube.
Yep.
It's going to be fun.
Buttons.
David.
All right.
I'll see you later, man.
Fun.
We're out.
Peace.
Basically infatuated with the in-between, the ups and downs, the curves and the rounds. I bring it to your city or your hometown. I go back in time when the feeling was fine, when funkin' was legal and it wasn't a crime. Party people lined up and down the way, a bigger celebration than your birthday. Funkin' up the neighborhood, I felt the fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. And I have seen the world pristine, funk you up in the bushes, funk you down in the trees. Now look around, all the frowns, the yellow, the white, the red and the brown. And keep in mind, it never costs a dime, 'cause funkin' is free, I remember the time. Now look today, the streets are gray, time to take it back to yesterday. Funkin' in the neighborhood, I felt the fool 'cause the funk was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the fool 'cause the funk was good. It was good in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt fool cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt fool